Good evening. Hope all is well, and welcome to Knicks at Night. I'm your co-host, Stephen Fox. Our host, Freezy, will be here in a little while. He's taking care of some business. Freezy and I would like to wish you and your families a very wonderful holiday season and a happy and healthy new year. Well, I'm trying to keep it cool. We kicked off the season tonight, and the result was definitely not what we wanted. It was a tale of two different halves. And we're going to get into that with the panel. And, well, it was really aggravating. I'm surprised I still have a television. Just a reminder before we get into our basketball to please hit the like, subscribe, and reminder buttons so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night and Knicks Morning Drive broadcasts. We really appreciate all your support in helping us blow past that 1,000 subscriber milestone with 1,500 as our target. So you're the best. So we're going to start the show. I'm just looking at the agenda for tonight. You know, there was a couple good things. Seeing Clyde, it always means Knicks basketball, and he was styling in his red suit and his ensemble tonight. So that kicked it off. And our starting lineup, as you know, is Peyton, RJ, Bullock, Randall, and Mitch. And the Pacers' starting lineup was TJ Warren, Sabonis, who makes a living on us, man. He just beasted on us tonight. Turner, Oladipo, and Brogdon. And as I said, it was two different halves. We scored 66 points in the first half, 41 points in the second half. And, you have it's going to be a tough year when you have a rookie, Quick, who in a very little time really changed the game. He came in with about 1 minute left in the first quarter. After Peyton, and I'll get into Peyton later, man. 1 minute left in the quarter, and he changed the game, the passing, the movement of the ball, and he helped turn a deficit into a lead for the Knicks, and that was by getting the ball to the right people. And that all came crashing down, the Knick curse once again, when he collided with Miles Turner and sustained a hip pointer, and he couldn't return. So really aggravating. I'm just lighting a candle for Austin Rivers that he could come back healthy as soon as possible so we never see Elfrid Payton again. I mean, like I said, my wife, like, what are you screaming about? I'm like, I can't take this guy, man. I just can't take this guy. I was frustrated. I wanted Jared Harper to come in, anybody but Elfrid Payton. So, in fact, I was thinking about setting up a GoFundMe page for Dolan so he can, the fans can pay for his $5 million salary so we can just get rid of him. He shouldn't be in the NBA. His IQ is a disgrace. And wait till I really tell you what I feel. So, real quick, I just want to do a shout out to the chat. Sorry for my intensity, just as aggravating. Kevin Bergon, Dado, thank you so much, Dado M, for your kind words. Really, really appreciate it. God of Moses, salute to you. The new Knicks, one of the great mods. Hi, how are you? Jeremy, Andre Bryant, Art, Tribur, our guy, Coach Color Blocks, Daryl Pemberton. I'll get to everyone. Clutch B-Ball. I hope all is well. Noah, Ismail Rivas, Kodak Vlogs, Teddy Flat. I hope all is well. Teddy T Smooth. And I'll get around to calling everybody else, but thanks so much for your support. And we want to really interact with you tonight. So you could tell by my intensity how upset I am. So I want to hear what your thoughts are. We'll be bringing in the panel in a second to get their thoughts. Delano Steele, how are you? One of our great guests. Latrell is in the American Dream. Hope all is well, Latrell. Please check out his podcast. Great content, great guy. Rob the Nick. All the guys, really, really appreciate it. For Real CEO, all our future gaming. Again, morning, Knicks in the morning, Knicks at night. He supports us every way. Jimmy Jack, when you're coming back. So appreciate all that. And we'll get into the panel in a second. But Legion of Knicks, how are you, Guillermo? So, chat, what do you think? What was your let your brother, the Sly Fox, know what you thought about tonight's game? It was like we're cursed. the one ray of hope. This guy Quick that we drafted and just exceeded all of our expectations. He gets injured, man. He gets injured, and I'm like, I can't believe it. Hopefully, it's not going to be serious, but I hate hip injuries. You never know the way they go. But it was like, wow. And then when Randall picked up his fourth flip foul, Randall, you got to give it to the guy, man. He had like 8 assists in the first half. He's playing the best ball of his career, and he probably would have had more. Somebody drained some threes and stuff. Bullock played, not the greatest game, and played a terrible game on defense. And I don't know if Kevin Wright's going to show up tonight because Kevin Knox, the real Kevin Knox, surfaced again, and he was dismal. He made Doug McDermott look like he was an explosive athlete. He was blowing past Knox all night. It was like within a snap of the finger, Knox regressed. One attempt at 3. He missed a jam. He looked terrible, man. Just absolutely terrible. And I want to hear Mr. Wright's take on that. Let me look at my notes from yesterday. He said Knox was going to score 15 to 18 points, and he was going to shoot 40% from 3. And 0 for 0, man. That dude, he was dismal. It was just aggravating. Alec Burks, though, wow. I wanted him to start. That's why yesterday I thought it was a definite was going to be RJ, a definite was going to be Randall, and then I brought up Burks too. And the guys were right. They didn't start Burks, but I think I was right that they should have started Burks. He had a great game, beautiful stroke, showed his whole repertoire, putting the ball on the floor, making his own shots, shooting, playing defense. He was great. You couldn't ask any more from him. But we'll get into Obi. I don't know what the coaching staff's doing with this guy. Why is he living in 3-point land? His shooting, he had a duck that went in off the backboard, so the stats will say he hit a 3. But man, that was embarrassing. So Tyrone the champion, how are you? Anthony 212, King Matthew, Thomas Abreu. Latrell said tonight is on me. So, Freezy, if you're around, bring our boys in because I want to get this going as soon as possible. I need this. I need to get this stress out. I hate when teams lose because of just poor IQ and just play after play. How many backdoor plays did we see tonight? So, Art, my man.
Kevin showed up.
Cornerstone Kev.
That's the $1 million question.
Oh, another Kev
I am
showed up.
not going to sit here by the wayside and let y'all speak this blasphemy on my boy tonight. That's what I will not do.
You're lucky.
Kevin, stop, Kev. Kev, they all
nope.
like
I am
today.
ready to go to war with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm ready to go to war for 8.
Yo, Cornerstone.
I'm ready for this.
Why would you even
Cornerstone. Your 2 cornerstones are the only cornerstone of the graveyard. I'm telling you, between Mitch and between Frank. Come on, bro.
I didn't Joe. No, I'm not defending anybody today, man.
Nobody.
They all played like crap.
It was a 2-man show.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Rondo was good. Rondo was good. I liked Rondo.
The
only two that were good. Well, I'll give it 3. The only 3 that were good were RJ, Burke,
Burks.
Burke.
And Randall.
Randall was good. Yeah, I forgot to mention Randall, but
I thought you said nobody.
Hey, fellas, 1 second. Let me just go around the horn saying hello to you all. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go around the horn at a very high level, what your thoughts were, and then we're going to do a deep dive. And Kevin, you better hook off that jab because we're coming hard tonight, my friend. And then we're going to go deep dive on each player. So, Art, how are you? Kevin, before we get intense, I hope you had a nice day. Cornerstone Kev, as always, it's a pleasure. T Smooth, Terry Flat, Delano, good to see you, man. I like when you're on the show. Joe Madden and Rob the Nick. How are you, family?
I'm good.
Everyone good?
Yep.
You getting ready for a great holiday season?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know. All right, Art, we're going to start with you. Just a high level, your impression of the game.
Good first half, horrible second half. And it's so obvious that we need a point guard. Like,
we got one.
Every damn year we need a freaking point guard.
We got one that
can have an impact on a team like Quick, that where we have no ball movement, we don't have flow, we don't have anything when that kid's not on the floor.
And you know what else we need? We need a center that could bang with other big centers, because like these two, Nerlens Noel and Robinson, are too skinny.
Oh my God, they were getting pushed all around by Turner and Sabonis. It was, and also, as we said, Mitch, 3 fouls. Then Noel comes in, fouls. They had to play Randall at the 5 tonight.
Poor Randall had to freaking play center today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He didn't do too bad. The only fact he was just a little bit too small for Sabonis.
Yeah, like we couldn't rebound. We couldn't get a rebound because he was our center. Like it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king of the Legion of Knicks Empire, the one, the only Guillermo's in the building.
Hey,
you're one of the few things that'll put a smile on my face. So come on, man, let me have it, because, like I said, I'm furious.
And how telling is it that Tibbs rather go with Alec Burks at point guard than DSJ and Frank?
Yeah.
And also,
it is what it is, man.
I wrote in my notes that Frank got pulled for Peyton. So if you get pulled for Alfred Payton, you really.
This is what I've been saying for like 2 years. I was like, you're
right. You've labeled that, right? We got it. All right. Frank,
what do we got? We got a lousy player.
We got it now. So when I was saying this, I was with the pessimism. But now you guys got it. We don't got talent like that. It ain't about being negative. It's about being objective. We don't have talent. All you guys, Thibodeau, well, can we progress and win at the same time? No. If you don't have top talent or good enough talent, it's a talent league. You're not going to win. Now, it's going to be an ugly season. It's going to be a development, right? But again, what happened in the preseason is not indicative of what happens in regular season. No one cares. What the Cavaliers beat they won tonight, right?
Yeah.
The Hornets.
They beat the Hornets. That's a team that we beat twice. You know what I'm saying? So when people try to tell you, if I don't sit here and say, yo, Frank and all these guys, they tried, blah, blah, I'm telling you, yo, guys, we do not have the talent. There's going to be a serious transitional period with this team. You guys can't sit there and be like, oh, you hating. Look at it tonight. I'll put you talking about. Even if defense was trash.
I've never called you a hater. I called you a realist.
Couldn't defend the pick and roll. Hold on. They didn't even go to the new things that the coach is trying to implement this year. They said that this year they're going to come in cases and try to implement Sabonis more so like Siakam. The Knicks are so bad. They said, you know what? Let's just go back to what we were doing last year with Sabonis. High pick and rolls constantly, abuse them, and then if we don't have anything down low with Brogdon or Sabonis, kick it out to the perimeter. They can't defend that. So again, guys, man, we gotta stop with the hyperbole. Every time we like somebody, whatever, man. Now and unfortunately, we're gonna kill Kevin Knox tonight because we had a bad game. But Kevin Knox has been showing us who he is since he's been here. He's a guy who lives and dies by the 3. And there's no offense to him. I'm not itching on him. He lives and dies by the 3. When he's doing good, he'll hit you 3s. When he doesn't provide you anything else. So I'm not getting serious. We should kill Kevin Knox. It's a developmental period for Kevin Knox and a lot of the young guys on this.
One game.
Yeah, right. It's one game. But
you know what, Rob?
Can we talk about the
people
game?
in here saying like the world is over after the first regular season game. Like one game, and we're the worst team in basketball.
It wasn't one game for Kevin. It was deja vu for Kevin.
Everybody's garbage. Let's just go ahead and end the season right now after one game. One game. One. Now, had we come out another night, this happened, it's gonna be like, oh, this is great. is rainbows and sunshines and butterflies.
That's what you
But-
do.
Fellas, hold on one second. Freezy's
that what
on
I
a
think?
time limit. Freezy, do you want to say anything? Because I know your time. You there, Freeze?
Oh God.
Let's go, Freezy.
Don't say anything.
Like you drowning, Freeze.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Freezy, you breaking up, man.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
he's been having audio problems
Yeah,
the last
fish
couple
tank.
of days. All right, we'll come back to you, Freeze, if we hear you, but want to let you know we were thinking about you. So, Kevin, your high level overview of the game before we get down to the players.
It was well, obviously a tale of two halves. That's the most obvious thing. We looked good here and there in the first. There's some things that probably need to be tightened up. But in the second half, it was like with Cinderella and the clock struck 12 and we turned back into a chambermaid. We just have to keep capitalizing on the positives. And as Tim said in his press conference, we played 24 minutes of good basketball, and you can't do that on the road, and it's just something that you just have to tighten up. They'll probably go back in the film, and that's all you can really do. The sky's not falling, believe it or not. I just want people to realize that the sky is not falling yet. We're not going to go 0-72. We're not going to be the worst team in basketball. So I want everyone, as Aaron Rodgers says, relax.
Okay, we'll relax. Let me take my medicine first. Cornerstone Kev, how are you tonight?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. Now, what Kevin said was right. It was a tale of two halves. I really thought we would win this one. That second half was just abysmal. Once quickly went down, and Randall who's been playing well. Once Randall got his fourth foul, it was kind of it was downhill, and they kept picking and rolling us all night. I mean, Sabonis was just a monster. I don't know how you contain that dude, but and then just the careless turnovers that we were doing, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. You see Kevin Knox, blowing having a dunk that's blown and everything. I mean,
He got fouled.
What? Yeah, but still.
Wasn't called. He got fouled.
I was about to say it wasn't called, so it wasn't a foul.
He got fouled. Sabonis fouled him on that play.
I will say, Foxy, I will say that the officiating was just atrocious tonight.
Yeah, that chick was terrible, man.
Yeah, the officiating was. But other than that, trying to keep it in perspective. Just keep, learn what was wrong on this one, and then just build from there. And that's all I want to say.
Hopefully it's just a slight bruise for Quick and he can come back in a game or so. Because an extended him being out for an extended time is the only thing good about that is that it just puts us in a position for Jalen Suggs. So
hey, but here's a question. Here's a question. Real quick. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Do they practice on Christmas?
I don't know.
He should make them though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. So Teddy, how are you, buddy?
You know what? I'm doing great. I can't even, I can't complain. Life is great. I would let this mess with me. At first it got to me for a second. Then you know what? Reality set in. You know what reality is? Indiana Pacers is actually a really good team. They're a playoff team. And Sabonis is going to be an all-star this year.
Like he was last year.
He's going to be an all-star this year.
He was one last year.
And I don't think we should keep our head held low on this performance because we actually played a legit team. Now we know where we stand. We get the kinks out now.
I have no problem with us losing to the Pacers. I don't care when somebody beats us. I just don't like when you beat yourself.
And this I'm gonna say about Knox. Knox is still gonna be the most improved player on this team. He had one bad game.
Wait, you moved the field goal post. You said he's gonna be most improved player of the year.
On the team. Relax. We gotta relax.
Hey, you're the one with the.
I'm telling you, these people are gonna jump off the bridge.
But I will say
back off the ledge. Okay, come back off the ledge, everybody.
Hey,
He had
but
a
Kevin,
bad game.
it's a little disheartening when Doug McDermott looks like Michael Jordan when he's he's like blowing past Knox.
I'm gonna say that in a minute.
Oh, I'm gonna say what I truly feel about Kevin Knox for real. I said it on Ron Cleveland show, and this needs to be said out loud again. It's Kevin Knox plays how he looks.
Lethargic.
Well, like a doofus?
Insecure.
Frankenstein.
He's so insecure.
Frankenstein's monster.
Like
Really.
that boy need confidence.
So, yeah, but they've done everything to force feed this kid pain and everything else, and man, and it was just the energy wasn't there. He looked like he hasn't played D, meaning when Obi plays that way, like he's a rookie. This is his third year. Come on, if you can't pick those things up, continually. Gosh, we'll get into
let me say one more thing before we pass this on. Alfred Payton is terrible. Alfred Payton doesn't need to be a leading point guard on any team ever again.
He shouldn't be in the
League,
NBA.
Europe League, doesn't matter.
He's a Mason.
That's how bad DSJ and Frank are. Like that, they thought that he would be a better option than them.
Yeah, we can't get Rivers quick enough. Delano, my man, how are you?
We need to waive those.
What's going on? Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody on the panel. Kev, you already know the vibes. Tale of two halves. You can't. I mean, I think that's going to be the repeated notion throughout the whole thing. First half, I was good. Sad about the loss of Quickly. Hopefully, he have a speedy recovery. But by the second half, I needed a hug and some Hennessy.
Not necessarily in that order.
It is what it is. I mean, look, we need a point guard like no other. I take
TJ McConnell at this time over Payton.
Yo, these guys make me miss Marty Collins.
But he made me meet Tom Collins.
Moochie Norris is a better point guard than all these guys.
The sad part is, to Kev, I want you to understand this because this is not a. It's not a
Kevin Wright or Cornerstone.
This is actually criticism to help Knox. What I think Knox needs to do is study tape of two players specifically. That's Klay Thompson and Dale Ellis. I think his best attribute is shooting off the moving without the ball and getting a shot off. But I also look at the fact that there's things that he could do playing in the mid-range. If he played with a little bit of post moves back to the basket, turnaround jumpers, I think that'll help because it doesn't take a lot of dribbling to get that off. You know what I mean? A jab step to the right, I think that'll help out in order to get him going. Because again, shooting threes all day, when you start clanking them, he's gonna get deflated, and it's not gonna serve anybody well. Because then at that point, you wonder if you got to pull him or try to let him play through it. Go ahead.
I just want to take a timeout, and because everybody for some reason wants to jump on this Knox played terrible thing, like Knox was the reason we lost this game.
Not saying that.
I think with all the vitriol, because I've heard early on different shows, like let's jump on Kevin Knox. Like Kevin Knox is the reason we lost this game.
Let me ask. Hold on, Kev. Let me ask you a question.
That's how it sounds like. Knox played bad, and it's his fault we lost.
No. Kev,
I don't think that is fair that we can't.
Hold on a second. We're going to get your time. Let Delano keep going, man. Take it, my friend.
Let me ask you a question. At what point did I say anything about Knox playing bad?
I know. I'm saying from how it seems like everyone's so ready to jump on Kevin Knox. It's just like it seems like Kevin Knox is the reason we lost.
No, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you that people can come with constructive criticism without continually criticizing somebody. I at no point said he played bad.
No, Delano, I wasn't saying you. I'm saying the panel as a whole is so ready to jump on Kevin Knox.
I didn't even tell
you. You know why? Because I don't know. I forgot the person's name, but somebody I can't put my finger on it. Somebody said he was going to score 15 to 18 points tonight and shoot 40% from three. But I keep forgetting.
No.
Who
Here's
said
the
that.
thing: you can only do something when you touch the ball. Literally, touch the ball 9 times. Kevin Knox touched the ball 9 times.
I mean, you were comparing
15 points over 9.
Hey, let's go to our boy.
He shot
Free,
1
hold on
3.
one second.
People act like he went 0 for 7 from 3. He took 1 3.
Kevin Knox is whack.
Freezy's here. Let him take it while we have him. We want to take advantage when we have our guy.
Oh, no.
But
Frank Ntilikina is whack. Don't start.
No matter.
So we legit.
No, I agree. The point guard is a thing.
Hey, hold on.
Go ahead, Freeze. I'm sorry.
I only get like a couple of seconds, dog. I just want to come in and eat for a little bit. We got plenty to share. You know what I'm saying? We be on for like, hey, and when somebody's talking, y'all, please respect the other person that's talking. Don't just cut them off, man. I know sometimes we want to jump in and interject. Just remember how this thing sounds around the world when you cut people off. So, but just wanted to say, boo, Kevin Knox is trash. so I saw my guy. Remember the guy I was talking about last night? It was he's legit.
Kevin Knox is a star. Or
yeah. He was legit trying to dodge me tonight. No, don't dodge me, dog. Because last night you was like comparing him to James Harden's growth, and now you dodging me. But anyway, hey, Frank Ntilikina is trash. Our point guard situation is terrible, man. Our point guard situation is legit, probably the worst, not in the NBA, but probably the worst in the NBA for several years. You know, we legit have to get to a place where we can bring in a guy that's going to be competitive. And as soon as Quickly left, you legit so.
Oh boy.
You're breaking up, Freeze.
Freeze, you got to move around a little bit.
You're breaking up.
Your cell phone.
You got to get that aluminum foil out.
Yeah.
Can't hear you, man. Well, until Freezy fixes it, I got one question for Delano. You said Dale Ellis looked more like Jimmy Ellis taking on a left hook on the chin from Joe Frazier. You know, I don't know where you came up with Dale Ellis there, man.
No. I said that. Listen. I said if anything to help Knox out, I think he needs to study tape from 2 players, and that was Klay Thompson and Dale Ellis. Yeah, not that he plays like them, but if he could study tape from those guys to help him out, you know, as far as to progress his game.
Or do what McDermott does. Just keep moving.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Basically, you know, Klay and Dale were great moving without the ball.
Yeah.
So that's why I go to those
Rip Hamilton.
Yeah. Sooner or later, we're going to have to take him to NYU for a heart transplant. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to get into all this later. When it's my go, so I can set the record straight. So I'm going to save all this when it's my go.
We're going to get to Kevin real soon, so you're going to be able to vent. Rob the Nick, how are you?
All right, I'm doing good. Let's get straight to the point. Hey, Kevin Knox, fellas, doesn't deserve all of this conversation that y'all giving him. He didn't start the game. You know, Bob and Kev, we just not going to keep on just sticking the needle in Kev. He got a player that he likes who didn't show up because he's connected to the hip too quickly. We all seen that. The team is connected to Quickly. That's the bottom line. We got something special there, and it showed. Everybody else plays off of Quickly because he's the only one that's capable on the team of running the team. So why are we talking about Kev? He's connected to Quickly. Quickly don't show Kev. You're not going to see Kev. Or anybody else for that matter. Only thing they did in the second half was collapse on the offense. There was not a shooter on the floor, a bona fide shooter. And going into the half, It was all predicated if they was going to see quickly. Not saying that we would have won, but it would have been a better game. So saying that we don't have a point guard, no, our point guard got hurt. We got a point guard. That if it's evident to anybody, he needs to start immediately. He's the only one capable of running the offense. We was down until he got in the game. Then we went up. Then he got hurt. Then we got down again. It's not Kevin Knox's fault. Randall plays better with quickly on the floor. Does RJ plays better with quickly on the floor? Everybody plays better with quickly on the floor. And it doesn't take 10 games more to see this. Whatever the Knicks outcome going to be this year, it's going to rest on quickly. Bottom line, I'm buying my jersey tonight. I'm
and
sold.
hopefully Rivers too.
Rob, but you don't think we need like a backup point guard?
You say what?
You don't think like we could do better at backup point guard?
Well, they can find the backup. Let them find the backup. Right now, we need to start.
Kadeem Allen was better than those guys tonight.
Yeah, like it's so bad. Like Moutier was better than those guys.
Hey, look, I can't even give him a thought because we got to give a starting guard out there before we look for a backup guard. And quickly needs to be on the floor. Bottom line, it's nothing else to do. They look crazy out there without him.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
You know what's so funny? You want to know what's so funny, though? All the fans, all the sports media be so quick to jump on us and wonder why we're always looking at the draft for our next point guard. These are the examples why. These are the examples why.
They have one on the team. All they need to do is play him.
No, but think about it. Alfred Payton was a bust, and we do that.
But look, why are we talking about Alfred Payton? Let's talk about the point guard that wasn't there when we had the lead.
But listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm saying for sports media, this isn't about us. This is about them, because because again, we're the ones that get heavily criticized as fans over our passion and for wanting somebody else to come through, right? How many times have we been looking for a point guard in the draft? We don't look for the superstar point guards. And when we do look for a superstar, the first thing they want to do when we don't get them is clown on us, laugh at us, point the finger at us. You'll never get better. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, well, what exactly do you want us to do? Because, we've tried everything. We've thrown money at guys. Doesn't work. We're looking at the draft now because we're trying to take a different mentality, a different approach.
Well, game one, the draft ain't showing up for another 71 games. We can't concentrate on what they're talking about. Only thing we can concentrate on is what this team is doing. We don't care about that's outside noise. That's all that is. It's outside noise. We need to put a point guard on the floor. That's the only thing I got out of today. That when we had a point guard on the floor that can somewhat play the position, everybody chipped in. And we looked like a basketball team. Without him, we didn't look like a basketball team. Yeah. You couldn't get a shot off. RJ couldn't get a shot off the way he did when he came into the game. Nobody was able to function without quickly on the floor. That's what I got in today's game. Facts. Nothing else matters.
Guillermo?
Yeah, just real quick. I think Knox just came up, so I don't think people were picking on Knox. I just think he was the first guy before Steven kind of controlled the show. So I don't think it's a thing on Knox. And second of all, when you look at the team, the first half, remember, those guys, the Pacers, they shot 23% from the three-point line. Like, they were not hot, and Sabonis was still killing us. So, again, reversion, right? They were going to probably revert right back mean of the three-point shooting, which was not 23.9%. So again, we got very lucky because they were taking a lot of clean shots with no resistance. Our perimeter defense is trash. Our interior defense with Mitch Robinson and Noel, trash. The simple fact that you have the book on Sabonis, you have the book on Brogdon, right? They like to run the high pick and roll constantly, delayed runs after the pick. We were not prepared for that. And on the flip side, Sabonis is looking like freaking Shaq down there with the rebounds, bodying guys like freaking PSJ. Mitch Robinson. He has some of the worst fundamentals when guarding anybody I've ever seen. Where he's leaning on Sabonis like this, as if he's trying to push a car, like to the point where his body, like his Like dogs.
His base.
These guys during the summer. I have no idea what the hell. Who are the advisors or anything? So it's not just Mitch Robinson. It's not just Knox. There's a lot of these guys, right? You know, the guy who surprised me tonight again was Randall. Or not surprised me. I thought he did really well outside of RJ Barrett was Randall. Passing the ball. The guy had 8 rebounds, 8 assists in the first half. His facilitation
He was 1 assist and 1 rebound away from a triple-double tonight.
Right, and I think what he had one more. He only had 1 more assist in the second half. Again, the game plan I thought was off. I thought RJ Barrett did a great job driving against Sabonis. The thing I didn't understand is like, why wouldn't you have RJ Barrett, who's having his way getting to the cup, except for a few blocks by Turner, where you have a guy Sabonis who's destroying you guys. Everybody else is feeding off of the pick and roll of Brogdon and Sabonis. Sabonis can't hold RJ. He's not a good defender. I would have just kept switching on the pick and roll on Sabonis and try to draw as many fouls, get him as much foul trouble.
Thank you.
I didn't see smart situational basketball today, man. Payton is trash. He was trash today. You know, my issue with Knox again was the same thing I've had before. When he's not able to shoot these, I know he didn't have many looks, but again, what is his impact outside on the floor? Randall wasn't scoring a lot of points, but Randall's impact was 12 in that first half. He only had 11? Randall only had 7. Well, he had 17 points, but in the first half, I think he only had 7 points or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not itching on nobody, man. It's first game, but again, guys, I ask you guys to just be as objective as possible, man. People throwing out Knox is going to score. This is like, from where do you get this from that he's going to do that against one of the best defensive teams in the league? Like, we got to stop. I know we love our Knicks. Last time I say, I know we love our Knicks. I love my Knicks. But we got to stop underestimating the teams that we face. Because then we come here, now we're all angry. We're all, disking about, not everybody, right? But it's not, there's no logic to it to say that we as a new team with a whole bunch of guys who are not as talented as some of even the middle teams in the league are going to come in and beat the Pacers when they're healthy. Like, that's just, I don't know.
But Gilmore, I think a lot of times, especially with this game right here, it seemed like we had our chances in the beginning and we kept shooting ourselves in the foot.
Well, I mean, just look at the game itself. I mean, Payne obviously is terrible. He's not a point guard. I thought Tibbs did a terrible job leaving him in the game. Obviously, we didn't have another guard. But I would have just had facilitation with Randall. I would just have Randall as a century post in the foul line and operate there. This is when I talk about Kevin, when I say I wish that Knox had a post-up game, right? This is where you could slow down the game, draw fouls, use his height and advantage. Look what Sabonis did. I mean, this is where I'm talking about. When you have another aspect to your game, right? This is why I say Klay Thompson, develop a post-up game. You can't really guard Klay Thompson. He's not the fastest, not the quickest, but he has so many fast games. And that's why I'm not getting on Knox. When I criticize Knox,
hold on. You keep saying this is the thing that kills me. This is what's going to kill me tonight, because everybody's just, and I don't know, because I think everyone knows that I like Knox, and so they just want to jump on it. But here's the thing, and this is me being objective. You say I wish Knox had a post up. Knox can have every move in the world, but if he doesn't get the ball to do anything, then you can't blame him. Stop saying Knox didn't do anything. Knox didn't do anything. Knox did not get the ball to do anything.
Kevin,
hold on. You said I want to see Kevin Knox do something, pick the ball every time. Knox took 1-3, and every other shot that he took was a drive to the hole. So if people say, "Oh, he looks down," no. Knox was aggressive every single time he got the ball. Every single time he took it to the hole, regardless of whether he made it or not. So stop sitting here and saying Knox is soft, Knox is scared, Knox is this, Knox is that. Kevin Knox was aggressive every time he touched the ball.
Bro, it's not about aggression. Listen, you have
because I was here time after time. I heard you say Knox is not aggressive. You cannot say it's not about aggression when I've heard you out your own mouth, Guillermo, say Knox is not aggressive. So which one is it?
Hold up, Kevin. You're not listening. Please.
I'm listening to everything you're saying.
Hold up, Kevin. My issue with Knox was not him not being aggressive tonight. He's not aggressive other nights.
Not tonight. That's not your issue, man. Every other night. Okay.
What's wrong with you? Look at what I'm saying. What I was trying to say was that I wish that he had another aspect to his game. To do what? To slow down the game. To draw fouls, because he has the size on him. Did I mention anything about aggression tonight? No. I'm saying when you have a guy like Knox who's talented, I wish he could do that so we could slow down the game. They were going on runs. We had no answer for them. And I'm not blaming Knox for the reason why we lost. I was saying that he's one of the reasons why we don't. I wish he had that aspect to his game. Golly, man, you have a weird.
It's always something else, though. If it's
And
not aggressive,
defensively,
it's he doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. He doesn't
That
have this.
was not.
I mean,
I'm
it's
not
always
defensively,
something. That's what I'm saying. And when he shows you, oh, there's nights he doesn't have aggression. When tonight he was aggressive every single time he touched the ball. Oh, well, I wish he had a post-up move. He goes to the post next game. Oh, I wish he shoot the ball from better
His
outside.
defense wasn't
It's
there
always going to
tonight.
be something. That's
His
what I'm saying. It's
individual
always
defense
going to be
wasn't there.
something.
You have
And
a
Doc
weird
does not do
to
to
bro.
please
Let it
you.
go. It's not Jordan.
Let's go to Joe for a sec. Joe, take it.
All right. Here's the reality. The game, we were up at halftime. We were only up at halftime because you're a good 3-point shooting team that weren't making shots, and we're a bad 3-point shooting team that were making shots. So eventually, that good team's going to start making the shots, and the bad team are going to start missing. And that's what happened. The game, quickly going out of the game, kind of made it harder. And then when Randall went out of the game, it was over. We need a point. We need a point guard. Quickly needs to play. It's as simple as that. We can't play with Peyton in this team, or we're not going to. We're not winning any more than 20 games, regardless. But if we're going to be competitive every night, Quickly needs to play. Rivers needs to come back soon because I think just Peyton. They need to figure out what to do with Peyton. It's like as Steve said at the beginning of the show. Yeah,
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. With Jared Green.
Yeah, and as Steve was saying at the beginning of the show, I thought it was funny. It was like we need to do a GoFundMe for $5 million to give to Dolan to waive him because this dude needs. I don't understand what they were thinking of doing, bringing him back. There was other options out there. You could have Moody is still out there in the market. They could have brought him back, but I just don't understand this thing with Peyton. Randall's game went down when Peyton was on the floor. Randall's game, Randall was going back to his usual when Peyton was on the floor. When Peyton was off the floor, Randall was playing well. We need to start getting. Yeah. The thing about Knox, people need to stop killing on Knox. Knox has been standing around the perimeter, and the same thing with Obi. They've been playing around the perimeter. That's not their game. Knox can shoot, but you need to get him in around the post. And to me too, what might have cost us the game a little bit was Tibbs' coaching. Tibbs took RJ and he took Burks out when they were hot. And when they put them back in 10 minutes later, they were cold. So that had a little bit on Tibbs. We were down by I think like 6, and then he took the 2 guys out, and then that's when it went downhill. When you have guys, I don't care if you have to play them 48 minutes to make sure you guarantee a win, you do it. You do not take guys that are hot out of the game, especially and then he changed game plans, as Guillermo was saying about you had RJ constantly driving at Sabonis. He was dominating him, driving to him, and they stopped giving the ball to. They stopped giving it to him. His shot was dropping. They stopped giving it to him in spacing. So to me, I blame Tibbs a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of coaching rust, but I think for this game, you have to give Tibbs a little bit of a blame. The refereeing too was atrocious.
Oh yeah,
on both sides. They gave them some calls, but they took a lot of calls against us. So it was just look, they're a better team. Like people coming in thinking we could win this game. I don't think we're winning a lot. There's a lot of teams better than us in this league. I just want to see competitive basketball. And as I said before, if we don't have a point guard on the floor, we're not going to win. We're not going to win games or stay competitive. What I also see, what
TJ Warren play.
That's the thing. TJ Warren.
Imagine if TJ Warren had his game tonight.
That's what I'm saying. If the Pacers were dropping their shots early, we would have been losing by 20 at halftime. But the fact that they weren't dropping shots and they eventually started dropping their shots. What's going to kill us too with Peyton on that floor is I seen them a lot going to the zone when Peyton was on the floor. They cut the paint out, and that's a big part of our game. That's a big thing for Rondo. Our defense tonight was absolutely ferocious. It was awful. People talk about, we looked good in preseason on defense. That's preseason. Preseason doesn't mean jack. Preseason is just, guys aren't playing hard defense. Guys aren't playing offense. They're trying to get in rhythm. We're in the regular season now. So whatever you guys think that are saying, we're going to win 30 games, stop it. We ain't going to win it. We'd be lucky if we win more than 20. That's what I gotta say.
Joe, I'm going to swing right back to you in a second. I just wanted to do a quick shout out to the chat. Please hit those like, subscribe, and reminder buttons to support our boy Freezy. Also, shout out to our mod, Sima Bodega, and the new Knicks. Hey, I got a favor to ask, and I brought it up yesterday that Freezy has a code of ethics, and you already started in the chat dropping F-bombs and saying stuff. Please don't make me have to block you or just remove you from the chat. It's not what I'm about. You hear me. I'm intense tonight after this game. We could be intense without dropping F-bombs all over the place. Please, man, don't put me in that situation because I will take you out of the chat. Don't do it again, please.
Exactly.
And don't forget, please, to tune into Freezy in the morning, Knicks Morning Drive. It's great every day. So I'm going to come back to you in a second, Joe. But Peyton, I download like play-by-play for the players. So obviously, just his play was atrocious. Bad passes led to turnovers, bad spacing, his low IQ. As I say, Rivers can't get back quick enough. His recap was 7 points, 3 for 7 shooting, 1 for 1 from the line. 1 for 1 from 3. He was like, oh my God, when he hit a 3, he was like a 0-0. He didn't get to the line. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 5 turnovers in 22 minutes, a negative 15 plus minus.
Yeah. Hey, Stevie, real quick, didn't he get stripped by Brogdon one time?
Yeah, it was a long list of stuff that he did. I know. Yeah, he driving to the rim. He was second in the league last year driving the rim. So his stats today: first time he went to the rim, he kicked it out and it was a missed 3. That's not his fault. Second time he was blocked by Turner, who had 8 blocks tonight. Third time he threw the ball out of bounds. Brogdon picked his pocket. Another pass, another bad pass by Peyton that led to a turnover. He came in after Quick hurt his hit, and he started the second half, made a bad pass to Randall for a turnover. He stepped out of bounds for a turnover. Then he hit that, oh my God, 3, but followed by a brick floater in the paint, another brick pull-up mid-range jumper, another brick pull mid-range jumper, and he turned the ball over, driving to the basket. So just atrocious. And for somebody that's supposed to make everybody around, a point guard, the sole thing of a point guard is to make the players around him better, and he did just the opposite. So, Mr. Madden, take it.
Yeah, but it's all about point guard play with his team. Especially, you need a point guard that can shoot when you don't have shooters. I think Bullock and Burks were very good in the first half, but Burks has the thing about Burks.
We're going to get into Burks.
Start because he's
stay on Peyton.
Yeah. Oh, stay on Peyton. There's not really much to stay on with Peyton.
No doubt.
The dude is a waste of 5. Yeah. There's not much to say on Peyton.
So
there's nothing to say on him. It's literally, you might as well have got $5 million.
You want to just get rid of Peyton? I'm cool. If we don't want to talk about Peyton, another thing about Peyton, you won't be breaking my heart. That's for sure.
Yeah, he might as well throw $5 million down the toilet, Dolan. If you're just going to give that man the money, it's just ridiculous. What sort of point guard play is that?
Consistency, and but I think he's consistently bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so, Guillermo?
Bad.
Yeah, he's terrible. I don't even. I mean, I was saying that they're probably going to start him just to protect quickly, because again, Brogdon is a very good defender, a guard defender. So I think that was going to be the case. But seeing tonight, again, I still want to protect Quick as much as possible because people quickly had a good game. He did have the miss on when Doug McDermott had that putback dunk. That was quickly who didn't box out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just picking out things that. Just say he's not perfect, right? Everybody's not perfect, but just from Payne, he's just terrible. All the turnovers you're talking about, I have them all written down. It's just like he bogs down the offense. He had that stupid pass. He literally had a layup, a floater, and then tried to pass it to Randall, who was just like, he's trailing. Randall's almost comes to like clean up. It's like, they're right there. He did like a Rondo move where he has it right there and he tries to pass it. It's like, what do you like? Just lay it up. So to me, Payne again, he's Garbaggio. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I guess Austin Rivers is looking at the salivating, just rubbing his hands together, like, "Ooh, I can't wait to get in there." And hopefully he can come here quick because again, I'm not trying to say we should overexpose the kid quickly. I do think he should get some minutes. He will get some minutes, but I still think a veteran presence who can shoot and do some of the guard position like Rivers just is 10 times better than what the hell you saw in Peyton. Ooh,
Yeah.
Guard trash garbage.
Dude,
Hey,
Latrell
from one second, Art. Latrell from the chat has a suggestion that we should package Alfred, Knox, and Frank for a quart of coleslaw and hummus. So
I'm not a fan of coleslaw.
Neither am I. I don't like coleslaw.
But it won't repeat on you like they do. So are we finished with anybody else want to talk about that guy Peyton? I
didn't get my shot at him.
All right, take it, Rob.
They need to take Peyton and just slide him on down to the end of the bench and don't worry about him. Because Guillermo, if you want Cade Cunningham, play Peyton. You'll have your best shot at him. This man doesn't have anything to really do with it. Looked like, to me, what I was seeing on the floor, it looked like Julius Randle divorced him. Everything that you used to see with the two, you don't see. It looked like Randle told him, look, man, I can't mess with you no more. You're gonna get me traded, and I'm not going with you. So I'm gonna play what Coach talking about, and I'm gonna let you do you. So yeah, just slide him on down there to the end of the bench and don't worry about him no more. That's it. Just put him on $5 million. You can put him down on the end of the bench. And let everything else go on. If you're gonna develop DSJ or you're gonna play Frank, at least Frank came in there in his first time and he got a steal. He did something Frankish. You know, this guy ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He was even bad. He was even a bad defender today. So yeah. Look, he just like, you know, I'm not like really just thinking like, look, give up on him, but him give up on him. This is eighth year. You don't need him. You got Frank to worry about than him. Because if at Frank's worst, Frank could be Peyton at his worst. So why have two of them? Get rid of him, put him on the end of the bench, play Frank, and keep it moving.
Yep. Delano?
Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say about Peyton. It's horrible. You can't shoot. If you do, it's a lucky shot. Clearly, he's too slow to play defense on the fast guard, so you can't really defend. I mean, what else is there to say about Peyton that we haven't already said? We need a starting caliber point guard. Quickly is the answer, but unfortunately he got hurt. So here we are back at square one, looking for a starting caliber point guard because Peyton ain't it.
Yeah. He handed the ball off a couple of times and never rotated. So he kept his guy right there. It was like, what is he doing, man? He's just standing there. Like, it was just a head scratcher, man. Teddy Flat.
Be nice.
Not everyone's cool like you, man. I got that Bronx in me, remember?
Look, I never trusted any man named Alfred anyways. I'm going to
Flame floors.
Alfred. New name is Alfred. He needs to stay in the background and be somebody Butler. He just, just give out towels. Here goes the water. Look, help him with the coaching staff. Help him with the shoot around. He'd be a great mentor. Yeah, he'd be a great mentor. Anybody who literally has been on every team that literally was in tanking situations and you were a leading point guard, after a while, you know what they say about insanity. It's got to be you. After a while, like the game has changed, and I think we're stuck. I think a lot of coaches are stuck with knowing that Alfred could run a team as far as passing the ball to the outlet guy. But other than that, I mean, the game's past Alfred, man. The fact that he's running the team almost like he wants to get the ball to Quickly so bad, but he feels like Quickly should be doing it right away. Rightfully so. After this game, though, Austin, it just shows how much we miss Austin Rivers, honestly, because
IQ. We need somebody with a, that's thinking. He was doing play after play, Peyton, where you're like, my God, this guy's been doing this for all these years. What are you doing, man?
And just honestly, just being able to attack the rim and be able to shoot that three, man. When defenses are not scared of Peyton at all and sagging back and helping out with the wing players,
high school teams are not afraid of Peyton.
Yeah, it's just bad. And the sad part is Alfred's going to be our point guard for a while because it looks like Austin ain't come back anytime soon. DSJ, his IQ is so low. Yeah.
He's going to play. He's too bad. He's going to play his way out the position. It might take 5 games. Before 7 games, Elfin will play his way out the position.
And you know what? Next game, we're playing 76ers next game, and there's a boy on that team that's balling that point guard right now. I can't see Alfred sticking Ben Simmons. And then there's a boy coming off the bench, Milton. He balling right now. I just see a whole lot of problems with this next game as far as them attacking that point guard position.
Yeah. Cornerstone?
It was maddening watching him the entire night. Yeah, I got no words, man. It was just totally maddening. Because you saw once he went out and quickly came in, everything was clicking. And then once they, quickly went out and you brought him back in, it went south, deep south. Talking about the bayou, whatever you want to call it, and everything. That's how south it went. And I don't know what's going to happen, Saturday. I really don't, as far as that point guard position with him starting and everything. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what to expect anymore. I think what I think would happen. He should have left his hair on. Remember, he had that wild hair when he was with Orlando.
Yep. His Reggie Bullock impersonation.
Yeah. He should have kept it. He should have kept that hair.
Or the Weekend impersonation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he should have kept that going and everything because he is just totally abysmal. So that's all I got.
He was bad then. He tried to disguise himself by cutting his hair, Kev. He was bad then.
Yeah, I know. He was using that.
It's better to keep the hair the other way so you can identify him by his face. So, Mr. Wright?
What are we talking
it
about?
Kind of worked because I didn't know who he was at first when he cut his hair.
Alfred, not Alfred anymore. Alfred Payton.
Or we could just say
waste
Al.
of time talking about Alfred.
Yeah.
Listen,
Alpha, right?
Elfrid Payton you're not going to do anything. There's a reason why he's bounced around. There's a reason why, he can't find a home, that he was released because $7 million was too much for him. I mean,
$7 is too much for him.
I don't know what it says when you have a point guard as bad as Elfrid Payton, but you have 2 more point guards who your coach doesn't even trust to put in the game, that you only bring one of them in because your 2 guard needs rest. Literally, that's the only reason the other point guard got in the game. I mean, I don't know what this says. Like, this is just to sit here and everybody wants to sit here and they want to talk about, Westbrook and Wall and CP3 was too much. I guarantee everybody wished that one of them was our point guards tonight.
Thank you, Kevin. Yep.
Regardless of how much they cost, I think everybody agrees it don't matter.
Not me.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
Not me.
All right, y'all keep on because y'all think that Tibbs is not going to go back to Elfrid Payton against Philadelphia. I got another thing coming.
He's going to play his way out of the job. That's Quickly's job, hands down.
Yeah, so
Oh
on
my
that point,
God.
I'm going to ask the chat.
If we trade
I
for
would rather have CP3 at $44 million than even quickly than any point guard on our roster right now. And if any of y'all think that something is wrong with that, then y'all like losing.
Man, see what I'm talking? This is why we outburst, man, because he brings up stuff like that, man.
Is it false? Would you not? Would you if you had a choice? If you had a choice, you would pick the point guards we have over CP3. That's what you're saying.
Are you gonna be at the trade Knox?
I'd rather develop quickly. Yes, I would. I'd rather develop quickly.
Thank you, man.
I would rather develop quickly with CP3 playing in front of him.
Yeah. I'd rather develop quickly.
I mean, how could
One at
I
a
mean,
time, my friends. One
that
at a
is
time.
also. I mean, that should be elementary. You would want someone like CP3 to groom someone like quickly. And for y'all to say like, oh no, I don't want
What, to take his
CP3.
minutes?
One at a time, my friends.
One of the greatest point guards of all time on a team that hasn't had a point guard since Walt Frazier retired.
Yeah,
He's 35 years old, making $42 million. He's 35 years old, making.
Pay right now. You act like somebody is walking through that door that we about to pay. They're not. Stop sitting here saying like we're going to spend this money on someone else. Nobody is coming to the Knicks if we keep playing like we played tonight.
Thank you.
Nobody. What are y'all spending this money for? What? Who? If we keep playing like we played tonight, who is going to come here? Who is taking this money? Nobody. Give up this fantasy like this salary cap means something when you keep playing like shit.
We
Time
understand
after time. I don't want all-star level players.
Kevin, it doesn't have to be free agency. Kevin, it doesn't have to be free agency. It could be traded. You can get a big guy for a trade.
Stop it! Because
Kevin, I agree with you, Kevin.
These players like they don't have talent, and so if you don't think they have
develop
talent,
your own.
other teams think they have talent. They give up an all-star player for your trash. That's not going to happen either.
Ladies and gentlemen, this thing
Y'all need to
what's
wake
called
up and realize this is
transference.
not a video game. Y'all have to understand how basketball works. Nobody's going to trade a superstar player for your team's trash. That's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to Kevin Knox in this. That's not going to happen. What is wrong with y'all? I mean, seriously, Knicks fans have to be better. Knicks fans have to be better than living this fantasy world that we've been living in for 20 years. Like, somebody's going to come and save us.
Who said that?
One sec. Hey, Kevin, you're exciting when you get angry like this.
He blew
it. This mentality that
Hey, listen, before you go,
don't want superstar players. You're not going to sign them. You can't trade for them because you don't have anything to trade for them. I mean,
I'm coming to you in a second, Cornerstone. I got you, my friend.
Living in this perpetual cycle, thinking that we're just going to break out of it with nothing. But y'all don't want all-star level players to come here because y'all have been burned so much in the past by Antonio McDyess of the world. Isaiah Thomas did something to this fan base, but have us 14 years after he done left for us to be in this same spot. We have been in the same spot for 20 years, and we're not leaving it anytime soon because Knicks fans think, you know what, we'll trade for anybody because we'll trade Frank and DSJ. Obviously, Tibbs don't even want to play him, so why would another team even want to trade for him? I mean, it's just a crazy mindset that we have.
So, Kevin, you're agreeing that Kevin Knox has no value when it comes to a trade.
Nobody on this team has value. Nobody. We keep playing like we played tonight.
He's the same one that said he would not trade Knox for Oubre. You're the same one who said that, right?
Hey, let's 1 second. We're gonna swing it back to Cornerstone for a second, but I just wanted to do a couple shout outs from the chat. Who's Mark's in the chat tonight? Big fan of you. Thank you for joining our chat tonight. Really appreciate it. State, seeing a lot of your stuff tonight. Please keep it clean, but enjoyed your company the other night. Please keep it clean, my friend. Please. Sports Quad Gaming, Richard C. Original Great Minds, Amani the Great, Jamar DeGraff and Reed, as always, appreciate it. And Chad, please just keep hitting those like, subscribe, and reminder buttons to support our boy Freezy. Thank you again for helping us blow past that 1,000 subscriber milestone, 1,500s in our view. Also, shout out to our mods. I know you're busy tonight. Everyone's pretty emotional. Shout out to Sima Bodega and the new Knicks. Your efforts, as always, is appreciated. And again, check out Freezy in the morning Knicks morning drive. So, Cornerstone, I'm sorry, man. It's yours.
So, Kevin, let me get this straight. You're willing to give up almost all of our cap space for a guy who probably has maybe two or maybe 3 years left. You're willing to give up all that just for him.
Let me ask you a question. Who coming here with this cap space? Who we signing? Who we signing? Who we gonna get that's better than CP3?
But Kevin, CP3's injury prone. As soon as he steps to the guard, he's going to get hurt.
Hold on. He asked me a question. So let me ask you a question. Who is gonna come here that we gonna sign that's gonna make us a better team that CP3 can't? Who? Name somebody. Because all the good agents are already gone. So who is gonna take our money to come here?
So again, you're willing.
Well, CP3's already gone.
Yes, I would.
Listen.
Yes.
So what I'm asking, so you're willing to give up all that and have no flexibility or anything, just
again, flexibility for
2 years, for 2 years, right?
Who? That's the
flexibility
for who?
For 2 years. Rob Nick,
flexibility for who? You keep saying, oh, we give up flexibility. I'm saying giving up flexibility
for Harden.
I don't want it.
Huh?
Just throw a name out there for
Harden. We're taking Harden. I want Harden.
If you made an all-star team in the past 3 years, I don't care how much you make. Yes, I am willing to get.
Who? You said for who? I said Harden. We can say.
He asked me.
If we trade for Harden, we got to trade from one other player, Jenny Craig.
Listen, right now, I would give up whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I don't care how much you make, $50 million a year. I would give up whatever it takes to bring in an all-star level
player. Let Cornerstone have a sec, please.
He's got to stay off the sauce. That's all. I can't, man. He's got to.
You keep hold on, but here's my thing, and I want you to listen to your logic. Listen to your own logic. Okay, go ahead and talk.
I gotta listen. All I'm saying is that I'm not giving up my farm just for 2 years. I'm not doing it.
What you gonna do with this 2 years? What are you doing with this 2 years?
CP3.
Hold on.
I'm not doing that.
What you doing over these 2 years that you're not giving up for CP3, huh?
I'm not doing.
What you doing?
Have money then to lose it.
Answer the question. What you doing over these 2 years? You winning something? Is you winning something?
Yes or no?
What you winning these next 2 years with what you seen? What are you winning?
Are you gonna
what
win?
What are you winning?
You gonna win a ring?
But what are you gonna win?
Hey, you real quiet right now.
What are you gonna win with them?
You gonna win a ring with $50 million?
You win more than what you're winning now. I guarantee that.
You stat your growth, because then you can't even go in the lottery for $50 million.
Guillermo, come
you gonna get 5 more wins.
Go ahead, Guillermo.
5 more wins for $50 million.
Go ahead.
Hey, 1 second before we go to Guillermo. Hey, Rob, the chat's asking a favor after a tough night. Could you light up a cigar for us, man? That relaxes everybody.
Man, my daughter here, she don't want that smell. she here tonight.
Oh man,
Can't
chat
do
loves when you enjoy your cigar.
Yeah, but it's not a win. We got to keep it thorough. We got to keep it on win.
Oh man.
Yeah. I like that. I like that tradition. I like that.
Yeah.
That cigar gonna be sitting a while.
Yeah.
Guillermo,
Yeah.
I gotta deny myself one because we lost.
I feel you.
I'm not. So when you mentioned, it's not, again, it's certain players, right? Westbrook was the biggest fan of. No, not necessarily. And I think they lost tonight, the Wizards, right?
Yeah, they did.
30, right?
He balled though.
I was the proponent for. I wanted CP3 here because, again, I agree with Kevin on this one. No one's coming here, right? And we're talking about a guy like Quickly, right? if Quickly's your future, you could have a rotation where you have CP3 playing with it quickly. Quickly's going to get CP3's going to get Quickly in the proper spots. We probably showcase Quickly's ability to shoot because he's going to give him the ball, and CP3 can play off of him, right? You want CP3 to come there and establish the foundation to your point guard position, to your facilitation, whether it's from the triangle, horns, whatever it may be. You want him to be that guy. So I don't mind CP3. It just depends on what you're trading for, right? But I'm not against CP3. I just think that we can't just say any talent, bring him. And Kevin, you're the same one yesterday. You did say this, that you, or yesterday, the day before, you would not trade Kevin Knox for Kelly Oubre. So don't say and try to talk about talent. But when it's your guy, you don't want to trade Kelly Oubre for him.
Who is Kelly Oubre? What has he done? No.
More than
I
Knox.
don't want Kelly Oubre. I wouldn't trade for Kelly Oubre. That ain't a significant upgrade. No, I would not trade for Kelly Oubre. Not for Wall and Zerkey. No, I would not.
But you can't get mad at everybody here and say everybody's living in a video game because they don't want to trade for talent, but you don't want to trade for talent yourself because it's your favorite player. You're being a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite.
Trade for Kelly Oubre? No.
Hey, fellas, let me ask you all a question. Our guy Ron Cleveland brought this up, I think earlier this week, and again, our prayers are to Ron, his mom, Ron and his family. We miss you, man. We miss you. But Ron brought up the possibility of when he was looking around who could help this team, and Kyle Lowry. He'll be a free agent next year. You know, and maybe he's what do you guys think? I'll start with you, Art. What do you think about reassessing and saying maybe we need to bring in a guy, a proven winner, a smart guy? What do you think of bringing in a Kyle?
Why do you come here?
Huh? Throw the bag at him. You think anyone else is going to throw a bag at him?
Toronto might.
So
I think Malachi Flynn is standing there.
They're gonna let go of their championship point guard for Malachi Flynn.
They just spent a fortune.
30.
Who cares?
Yeah, but was it Kyle's 35 years old and they just drafted a young point guard who's playing well?
Who cares? The 76ers signed freaking Al Horford when he was like 35.
And look how that happened. They just moved him.
Yeah, they moved him.
Yeah, but Kyle Lowry's a good player. He's still a good player.
Averaged 19 points last year. You still got games.
So you guys are shitting on Al Horford. We shouldn't sign Kyle Lowry then, right?
They're not gonna. I don't think they can sign. Kyle Lowry?
Why not?
They can't sign. They can't sign Kyle Lowry. I don't think because they just paid Van Vliet. They played OG Anunoby. They paid Siakam. So they're going to start getting run out of money.
He's on the low end of the contracts now. He's not up there. He's on the low end of the contracts.
But all those guys, it adds up.
But
that's what I'm saying. If the Knicks throw more money at them,
they got the bird rights. They can sign them. Yeah, they can sign them.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mr. Wright, what would you think about Kyle?
Why would a championship level, a player who knows he's at the end of his career, regardless of all the money you throw at him, why would he come to a team that y'all expect to win 20 games to finish his career?
To teach.
That's what Kyle Lowry. He wants to teach rather than win. Y'all right.
Yeah,
next,
he already won a ring.
He wants to teach.
Next.
You think Chris Paul
he'd rather teach on a 21 team than try and win another ring before it's over with.
Do you think Chris Paul went to the Suns to win a ring?
Yeah. He has a better chance of winning and making the playoffs at least.
Did he go there to win a ring?
He didn't go there to lose either. He didn't go there to lose either.
Kev, you don't answer questions, do you?
I just say he didn't go there to lose.
He tried to get a ring. That's what it is. With the Suns.
No.
Thank you. Move on.
Well, he made the playoffs with the Suns?
Yes. They made it without him. They damn near made it without him.
Okay, so let me get it. CP3 went to a team that has playoff aspirations, but Kyle Lowry is going to go to a team that is lottery bound.
But I'm
trying to weigh the logic in what y'all are saying.
Check this out. Oklahoma was not playoff bound before Chris Paul got there. He made them playoff bound.
They were in the playoffs the year before.
But no, they traded everybody the year before.
Exactly.
They traded him that year because they traded Paul George.
You know, they
They traded
traded
Paul
Westbrook to
George,
them the year before.
but they only really flipped Westbrook for CP3.
Yeah.
And some
They
players.
still had
They
Steven
moved some
Adams.
players.
They still had Steven
Top
Adams.
players and picks.
They
You know,
would not have made the playoffs without Chris Paul.
Yeah, and you guys don't want him to the Knicks.
exactly.
No, I'm saying, but it will mess up you play these boys. Right now, to me, we're not going to need Lowry because I'm confident that Quick going to do the job.
Case closed.
Here's the thing that you got to understand: as quickly when them, and I hate that I don't want to put this on him, but as quickly going to stay healthy. Is he one of them players that injuries might play a part in his career?
That about every player in the league.
You got to think about this. You got to think about this. He ain't that big, and I said this a week ago.
Wasn't that big either.
I said this a week ago. I already thought he had back issues. A week ago.
No, we didn't. I never said that. Who said that?
I said a week ago because he had that back
brace. That never came up on any scouting report.
RJ had that same back brace on.
Everybody had about 4 players with that on.
It so happens though, just by sheer circumstance, he has an injury to his back and hip.
That's right. You talking about injury?
A big coincidence, I guess. Okay.
He got a hip pointer.
Mm-hmm.
We seen what happened. They showed the play. We seen what happened. It didn't have anything to do with his back. Everybody that watched the game seen what happened.
It was on the side. It was on the side.
It was his hip.
Because that kind of play never happens in the NBA. You don't ever get picked and running anybody. The first time it happens, he gets hurt.
Oh man, that's the first time in NBA history they won.
Exactly. I guess it is. I guess.
Okay.
Yo,
Kevin. I heard the word hip pointer before. I'm sure.
Kevin,
let Mr. Madden say something.
Yo, Kevin, I think you need to talk from your my guy Josh from NBK. I think you guys would get on very well. You know Josh.
This is the thing, and this is being real. We as Knicks fans have to wake up and realize, people get on me because I like Kevin Knox and I see something in Kevin Knox that I guess nobody else sees. Right? But also,
I see it. No, I see it. I see it.
Just let me finish. But we sit here and say, oh, we're going to be the worst team in the league and we're going to win the lottery. But superstar players want to come play here.
Nobody said that, Kevin. That's you. You heard because of Knox playing bad.
We just sat here and had a conversation about Kyle Lowry signing here next year. Did we not just go this 3 minutes ago? Did we not just have this conversation about Kyle Lowry, who's an all-star player signing here next year? So you can't sit here and say that. What is wrong with us?
I never heard you like this.
I guess just not believing, and you're either going to believe in yourself or you're not. That's the thing. You're either going to believe in yourself and what you have in this building and build from that, or you're just not.
We said that, but then you want to throw Chris Paul at us. We want to build what's in the building. That's what we all said.
Quickly is not ready. He's not.
Knox is not ready.
For a guy that wasn't ready, you changed the complexion.
He may not be.
Quickly is more ready than Knox.
As Ron Cleveland says, your best ability is availability. And if you get hurt in your first NBA game,
it wasn't
not
practice.
21st, not 31st, not first.
It wasn't practice.
That means you are not available already at the outset. We get on Frank because Frank.
How do we know? We don't know. We don't know. He might play Saturday. We don't know.
Exactly. We don't know. All I know right now is he got hurt. He got hurt 10 minutes in his first game.
And he was doing
he looked like he was hurt.
You mad because he was doing I don't know what.
Finish your game.
One thing. We don't know how much Turner weighs, but you have somebody like him bumping into you, and you see what happens. All right.
Nobody has ever ran into Miles Turner before.
Talk that
Has
mess,
Miles
man.
Turner never set a pick in the NBA before? Has nobody ever set a pick? Is that what you're saying? Nobody has ever ran into Miles Turner before. I guess Miles Turner's a brick wall all of a sudden overnight.
Yes, he is.
Because I guess that was the first pick he's ever set on anybody.
That wasn't a pick, bro. He ran into him.
Yes,
He ran
Papa
down
Box
low.
You didn't see the game, did you?
Papa Box out.
Hey, you know what? Let's get positive for a
Kev
second.
watched the highlights. Kev didn't see the
Let's
game.
switch things up for a second.
Please do, Scott. Please do.
People will contradict themselves to make their arguments.
Didn't
That's the
Randall
thing
break
about
his
it.
leg in
People will
his
say
first
anything to make
Didn't
their
Randall break
argument
his
sound
leg in
valid.
his first Laker game?
Huh?
Didn't Randall break his leg in his first Laker game?
First
He
season,
did.
I don't know, first, yeah.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Julius
Well,
Randle like
the
in his
whole
career.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
I promise you this. I promise you this much. Before
Haven't
Julius
been
Randle put on a Knicks jersey, I didn't pay him any attention.
Well, it happens in the NBA. People do get hurt on the first day. Didn't the guy from Boston break his leg the first
And he
day?
ain't been the same since.
Gordon
Didn't Hayward break his leg?
And
the
he
first
hasn't
day?
been the same since.
But
well,
the
for a guy
point
who's
is
not the
people
same,
do get
since
hurt the first day.
$30 million, with 3 or 4 year.
That's because Michael Jordan crazy.
Hey, let's
This is
change
crazy.
things up for a second. Let's turn this positive. Let's talk about RJ. There's something good that we can take away. That this kid has raised his game to the next level. You know, I would think that his second time around in his sophomore season, everybody knows that in some ways he's one trick pony going to his left. Nobody can stop him. You know what's coming. And he still drives to the left, goes left, drives to the basket. He was way too physical for Oladipo, who was an all NBA defensive player. So, he didn't miss a shot in the first half. He's taking smart shots. I think he had 20 points, 8 for 8 shooting, 3 for 3 from 3 assists. And like I said, he finished the game with 26 points, 11 for 15 shooting, 3 for 3 from the line, 1 for 2 from the line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 1 turnover in 34 minutes. He was a minus 10.
How is he a minus 10?
Yeah, gee.
He lost the lead.
Yeah. And at the end of the game,
Yeah, but he didn't lose. He didn't lose the lead.
The lineup did.
The lineup.
That's
did.
how.
It's
It
always gonna be-
doesn't depend on the player. It's the
No,
lineup.
when they started losing the lead, he wasn't in the game. They took him
He
out for
was.
nearly 10 minutes. No,
Yeah,
they
but
took him out for nearly 10 minutes. That's when we started to lose.
He played 34 minutes.
Randall. He was still out there.
Yeah. So his 3 that he's been hard on, he wasn't shooting well in preseason. He looked smooth on those first 3s. Nice drive, and then go and play. Nice drive and kick out the bullet for a 3. Nice drive and move after taking a hit. So again, he's a monster going to the left. He's strong as hell, aggressive going to the basket, using his right hand. Drew a foul, getting over a screen by Turner, playing tough D, coast to coast, driving past Sabonis for a layup with his right hand. 3-pointer from the corner after a nice cross-court pass from Randall. Beautiful drive and floater for the first basket in the second half. Nice pass to Mitch, who got fouled. He had 1 bad shot basically in the third quarter. Another beautiful drive for a layup. And another drive to the hole for the basket. This kid is taking his game to another level. And he's going to be a star. I don't see him not going there. So we're going to kick it off with Cornerstone. Take it.
By the time I turn 55, in another 5 years, he'll be a superstar. That's all I got to say.
I don't know about superstar, but he'll be a star.
He will. I
I
think
think
he will.
he'll
You know what?
definitely,
You know why I say that? I say that because in his initial interview, this press conference this year, he said he had a chip on his shoulder on why he didn't make any of the NBA rookie teams. So he took that in the stride, and he's really showing it. You saw it, tonight and everything. So
Well, he's going to have to play really well to make it the All-Star team. We're losing. He's not going to make.
What I'm saying is he didn't make the he didn't make any of the rookie team. So I'm saying that he had a chip on his shoulder, so he's going to work harder. I would suspect that he will make an all-star team within the next few years.
Yeah, I think a 27-5 type of guy, man.
I think RJ was going to improve anyway, even if he made it or not.
And you know why? Because it's RJ.
He has it.
Exactly, as the old cliche, the eye of the tiger. This kid, the great players that we've seen, they always put the bar higher than any coach, than anyone else could put, because that's what they're trying to achieve, greatness. And the kid has that, man. And like I said, the second time around in this league, elite defenders, they can't stop him. They can't stop him.
And how comforting is it that we don't have another draft pick that got worse in their second
year? You slick, bro.
It's true.
Teddy, what do you think about RJ tonight?
I think RJ played very well. He was the positive note in this game. Is
one of three.
Absolutely. I liked everything he did. Honestly, it sucked that we stopped giving him the ball. Honestly, to be totally honest, I think we should just kept. He was a hot hand.
Kept feeding him.
Just keep giving it to him. I mean,
that's a basic point guard play, but Mr. Payne makes it look hard. So.
Oh man, Alfred, man. I like RJ a lot. I think he's gonna just grow from here. That was one game. I think we're not gonna miss as many shots going forward. I'm not really worried about this thing. We weren't projected to be good anyways, but the centers is what really messed me up. I'm glad RJ is gonna do well though. He's gonna be fine. I just hope he doesn't get frustrated after a while.
Has to get traded.
Yeah, like you know what? I don't need to deal with this.
Yeah. Delano.
Yeah.
RJ's a franchise until he's no longer the franchise.
Case closed.
That's how I feel about it.
Case closed.
Yeah. Hey Rob, you doing another hit of Henny? Are you all right, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you want to talk about RJ?
Yeah, RJ looked good into the second half. Like I said, man, my whole thing gonna be for the rest of the year until I'm proved different. The team moves with Quickly, and when Quickly got out the game, RJ had to start doing other things. I think RJ would have probably dropped 40 tonight, maybe 45 if Quickly stayed in the game. So I'm looking forward to like them being out there together with Randall. And RJ, like I said, he got a little lackadaisical in defense in the second half. He got beat backdoor also, but other than that, RJ played a great offensive game. And then a little bit he let Victor Depot get going a little bit, but other than that, RJ was solid.
Yeah. But a lot of people, Oladipo has victimized a lot of guys in this league.
Oh yeah, no doubt. There's nothing like I said, but we got to talk about the good and the bad. He had a good offensive, but Depot started cooking in the second half. But I think that would have probably been a little bit more different had Quickly stayed in the game.
No doubt. Guillermo?
I thought RJ had a great offensive game. When I look at it, again, he's a self-starter. You don't have to tell him what to get better at. You don't have to give him encouragement. He comes from a top line pedigree. His father played ball. Steve Nash, obviously, the guy, came in the threes that he hit. I mean, again, he's not going to go the whole season at a high clip. But the fact that he's made structural changes to his jump shot, and he's worked hard at creating the muscle memory to fix that. Right? I think that, again, his attitude, what we drafted him for, is perfect. Now, he's not going to be a superstar because there are only a handful of superstars in the league, and I think you have to almost be born a superstar and won it. RJ, I think you'd be a high-level player, you could be an all-star. He's probably going to be an all-star, especially if he improves his free throw shooting. He has nice little change of paces. He can use his strength. He can do a Euro step, finish with his left. I was going to see him improve at the hoop, but he did, what he did tonight. That's the improvement I see, right? Because he shot 47% at the hoop, I believe. It's 47% last year, which is bad, right? But when he starts getting those foul calls, when he starts to be able to change pace, finish with both hands, as he can do at times, many times. You know what I mean?
He used that right hand several times tonight, which is great.
Now I agree with Rob 1,000,000,000% because I remember he did have, again, our perimeter defense for the team is just trash, but many times he was caught watching and then trying to reset on a guy like Oladipo. Oladipo, I believe, hit his first three on RJ Barrett tonight. I mean, stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. If RJ Barrett is our offensive
juggernaut,
whatever you want to, right, juggernaut, you know what I mean? And I'm not letting him off on defense, but do you give him some leeway because he has to exert so much on offense?
If he's our go-to guy, yeah.
Really good point. Really good point.
Because I mean, the thing about it is that he can be a good defender. Now, do you dip his stats a little bit? You know what I mean, to make him a top defender? I mean, a really good defender.
I think he's in shape though. He shouldn't have a problem to, because like Melo, he's kind of not.
Is when you're on the court, it's energy. Like we can sit here and fantasize how, but you go out there, you be a guy who has to score 25 points and then lock down the team's best defender night in and night out. That's not. It's not.
Just give me competent.
Can I ask you a question with that?
Here we go.
It's what do you see of RJ? You just said RJ isn't a superstar, but he can be an all-star player, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But you sit here and say RJ has that Mamba mentality, and there's not that many Kobe Bryants in the world, but Kobe Bryant was an elite offensive player. Literally, the offense ran through him. But Kobe Bryant was also took up the challenge of wanting to guard the best player. So if RJ is going to have that mentality, don't give him half off on it.
Okay, I was just asking. I said, do you do that?
No, I'm just saying. If that's the question, I'm saying don't sit here and say, "Oh, it's okay for you to score, but you can take off on defense." If RJ has the mentality of I want to be a superstar, like I think RJ does, then he himself wouldn't say that. He's the one to want to take up that responsibility of wanting to guard the best man.
Also, Kobe Bryant and RJ Barrett. Don't compare the two.
I'm not saying that. I literally came out of my mouth and said there's not that many Kobe Bryants.
No. But mentality is different from talent, right? So Kobe Bryant can be a ridiculous two-way player. I'm just saying, and also Kobe Bryant had the luxury of early in his career playing with a guy like Shaq, and then later in his career playing with guys like Pau Gasol, Trevor Ariza, Ron Artest, Lamar Odom, right? RJ Barrett.
Regardless of how old Kobe Bryant got, he still wanted that assignment. So you can't blame it on age or whatever. You can't say later on in his career.
Hear the context before you go crazy.
I hear the context. I'm saying, are you listening to what I'm saying? It's about mentality.
If you're going to have RJ back, you don't have RJ Barrett. You get how you want.
I didn't say that. That wasn't even me.
No, that was me. That was me, Jumbo. That was me. But it wasn't towards you. Wasn't towards you.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm just saying.
For dinner tonight.
Again, as much as I want RJ to be that two-way player, I don't want this team relying on them burning the kid out. Because what we've seen tonight, we're devoid of talent in many key places, right? We don't have Quickly there. You're going to be dependent on RJ Barrett to do a lot. And I don't need RJ Barrett getting a freaking ACL or whatever because he's being overexerted because we did a poor job free agency surrounding him with guys who can help him out. That's all I'm saying. I don't disagree with you, Kevin, but we got to also be careful with the kid is still what is he, 22? 20?
Who?
22?
Nah, 20. 21.
Who?
He's just 20 on 21.
RJ. He's 20. I think he's 20.
I want my all-star player to take on the responsibility of being the best on both sides. I don't want RJ to want to shrink down from that. I don't want the coaching staff to put him in a position to where they have to hide him because he's not up to that challenge. If he himself thinks he's up for that challenge, then let him be up to that challenge. Don't pacify him. Don't give him the keys and be like, oh, well, no, I need him back. You can only drive this time. No, if you're going to give him the keys, give him the keys. Tell him to be the best player. And the best player is not going to shrink down from that responsibility.
Why can't Kevin not have that mentality?
Michael Jordan every night did not have the top assignment.
They sometimes
gave it a goal. Right? We can say it again. When it comes to reality, we like to think of, yeah, man, go out there and do what you got to do, man. It's like, okay, it's nice in theory, but many times teams set up things around players. And I'm not saying RJ Barrett to be lazy or anything to do that for him. I'm just saying I don't want to see the kid burn out because Tom Thibodeau, I think he's going to love RJ Barrett. If he doesn't love him already, I think he's going to love him, right? And you know Tom Thibodeau, as much as guys swear by him, whatever, he can run certain players past a breaking point. And you got the mentality to be like, I'll run through a wall for you, but your body says different. We got to realize these guys been playing ball since what? 3 games a day since they're in their teens. Your body will break out. So I'm just saying with Tom Thibodeau, he can get a little enthusiastic for certain plays. I'm not saying not to play RJ Barrett the best player. I want to see him do that.
A little load
You
management.
think he learned from that, Jimmo?
Load management. It's just, don't get too. I'm sorry, my bad, Kevin. Rob, my bad. I didn't cut you off. I think Rob wanted to say something.
Yeah, I think they don't you think he learned from that in the past on his last little coaching adventures that you can't? That's why he's playing so many people now.
No, wait, who is he? I think he's keeping it to 9-10, right?
He's keeping it at 10, like normal.
10 rotation.
Yeah, but he shot. But he did throw Frank in there.
That's only because of the
11
injury.
rotation
He
today.
got hurt. Yeah. So he keeps it.
But
He
it
keeps
looks
it tight.
like. But like I said, yeah, it seems as though there's going to be room for Frank because he just threw him in. He wasn't in the first offensive sets that he can. He just. My point is, I think that he kind of learned about it a little bit, not to do that.
I want to agree.
It's just an extra man thing.
Yo, Rob, I want to agree with you, Rob. But after tonight and after you've seen from Frank for most of his career, do you feel that you could keep Frank out there because tonight I'm not saying that's Frank usually, but Frank has not been too great for his period.
Oh no, I'm not talking about his play. I'm just talking about the extra body that he put out there. It could have been anybody. It could have been Deacons from what I'm saying, but just the rest of the player. Just put somebody else out there. Right. Did he learn from that? Exerting all the players. That's all I'm saying. It could have been anybody. He just so happened to put Frank out there.
And I Frank was cold, man. You know what I mean? He been sitting there with ice packs all day. You gotta be ready.
That's the business. That's the business. Come in cold and deliver. Who cares? Because Frank, you know what? When Frank was hot and he was able to start and stuff, he didn't perform for the most part. So, okay, show me that you could come in cold and do it. No more excuses for any of these kids, man. RJ Barrett tonight, to Steven's point, to all you guys' point, RJ Barrett to me gives me the most confidence that we at least have a piece to build around. These other young guys, man, I know some guys didn't get looks or that stuff. RJ Barrett, if he ain't not getting, he's going to find a way to be productive, man. That's why I like RJ Barrett, man.
Man, they got this game on again, man. You just look at the whole complexity of the game changed when Quickly got in. Everything changed. Spacing changed. Shooting changed. Defense changed. Everything changed.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, what do you think about RJ tonight?
Pretty much.
I love what I see from RJ. RJ, to me, I disagree with Guillermo a little bit. I think he can become a superstar. I think he has the mentality. You can never take that mentality out of him. I think he's one of them guys that'll be, even when he comes to like be an all-star for a year or two, he'll keep trying to get to that better level. I agree with Guillermo about watching out for his injuries. Yeah, he's going to play defense, but you're not going to tell him not to play defense just to hold out injuries and stuff. I think when we do start winning, you'll see him being taken out towards the end of games if we're up by say 15 or 20 going into fourth quarter. He's young, so he has a lot of energy, but I think his body will hold out because he's strong. The kid's getting stronger. You can see it in him that he's getting bigger and he'll continue getting bigger. I like that he's going to the right hand a lot more. I like what's seeing from him, his shooting, his free throws. Everything tells me he can be a 26, 27 point scorer in this league. And he can rebound, he can pass.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be an elite shooter, but I think he'll be an elite scorer.
Yeah, I think he can be an average, 35, 36% shooter. Well, I don't think he'll be up in the 40s, but I think he can be elite. He will be elite scorer. I don't think he will be. I know he will. My only problem was this team needs to kind of hurry up and build around him because, after 4 or 5 years, if he keeps losing, he might do a Porzingis and I want to win. I mean, you look at teams. I'm not saying RJ is Luka, but would you see when Luka come in and dominated for them straight away when Luka was dominated and they went and made a trade for Porzingis and put pieces around him to win? Now they're a playoff team. 2 years ago during the lottery, why can't the Knicks do the same thing? You need to build a team around RJ because, as Guillermo said, RJ will get injured 4 or 5 years in if it's just he's the only man on offense. He will get hurt. That's
taking the load.
When
I agree.
because when Kobe got hurt, it was more or less it was towards the end of his career, but he was really the only man on offense, or he was the dominant man trying to do too much. So I think we just need to be we need to be patient, but at the same time we need to hurry up and put pieces around RJ, because they said the best time to win is when you have one of your star players on a rookie contract. Because once you start paying them, but you start doing it. But the same thing with basketball too, because it's cap space. The more cap space you have to put around them, the better. For better players to go around.
Hey, RJ.
They say that about football, just about the quarterback.
Hey, Joe.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, RJ and Knox are our cornerstones. We're just missing one piece.
Oh God.
RJ and Knox.
Noxious.
We're missing Knox.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you. Talk that talk, Steven.
Here I'm gonna say one thing, and I brought up a saying my grandma said last night. I'm gonna bring up another one.
You can't cure stupid.
No, and I want y'all to let this sink in. To build somebody up, you have to tear somebody down. And I'm not saying that Knox is the second coming. What I'm saying is you want to praise RJ to the heavens at the altar of Kevin Knox and his confidence.
Because but look at his numbers, Kevin. There's a difference.
I don't think he's at the altar. I think he's in the pew.
He's a cornerstone piece, Kev. He's a cornerstone.
Here's the thing. So people, and you can't sit here and say, you know what? I want to see Kevin Knox be aggressive. I want to see Kevin Knox put the ball in. I want to see Kevin Knox do this. When he did that, I mean, the results didn't happen, but he did it. But then change the argument, and say, you know what? I want to see this. I'm not talking about his aggressiveness, but you talk about it every other day. When he did it, he showed
because it had nothing to do with the point, Kevin. Listen, bro. When I
hit dog will holler. I'll say that a hit dog will holler.
On that note, I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and I will see y'all on Saturday. I love y'all. Good night.
Merry Christmas.
The thing about it is this: we are so quick. Kevin Knox had 20 points, 6 or 7. We killed him. No. Kevin Knox had 4 points. We killed him. There is literally nothing Kevin Knox can do that's going to satisfy anybody. Kevin Knox and people were like, you know what? I wanted him to get 51. There is nothing Kevin Knox can do to satisfy y'all. Nothing.
When I mentioned Kevin Knox, I was not coming at Kevin Knox. I'm just saying. I wish we had a different.
Listen to this context, though, DMO.
No. Listen. I'm
talking. Go ahead. And I'm going. Go ahead.
I was not complaining about Kevin Knox's aggression tonight. I was mentioning with Sabonis. I wish we would have had somebody to get Sabonis in foul trouble. That's why I mentioned Kevin Knox. If he had a post-up game, he'll be able to get a person like Sabonis in foul trouble. I was not coming at Kevin Knox's totality of his game. Context. I was not coming at Kevin Knox. Other nights, yes, I do talk about his aggression. I wasn't complaining about tonight. Kevin Knox's aggression and him having a post-up game to get Sabonis in foul trouble are two different things. So please stop it. And if you want to compare RJ Barrett and Kevin Knox, when people see RJ Barrett play, as flawed as he is, he has a dog in him. I don't have to put the battery in his back to get better or to be aggressive in the game. Your boy Kevin Knox, you just complained that Kevin Knox got how many shots tonight?
Yeah, 5 shots.
And you wonder why people are not looking his way. You wonder why, right? If people aren't looking at your way too many times in the game, they probably don't trust you to make the shot. They probably don't trust you to make the play. They probably don't trust you.
Let me say this. Hold on. Kevin Knox had 20 points. He shot 6 and 7. And the first thing people said was, I want to see Kevin Knox do something else.
Yeah, but that was akin to playing in the summer league.
It doesn't matter. The game is a game. You saw him on the court. He shot 6 for 7, and you said the first thing that everybody said was, I want to see Kevin Knox do something else. The fact that he scored 20 points, it doesn't matter how you get it. He got it.
Did you hear
and then tonight, he shot 1-3, went to the basket every single time. He got fouled on one play. Yep. But now it's like, you know what? I want to see Kevin Knox do this. Like I said, there is nothing and I want everyone to, in the chat, I want everyone, there is nothing Kevin Knox can do that will please you. Nothing. And as soon as y'all get on that,
true at all.
that is very true. Because y'all were ready to kill him last game, the last game, and he went 6 for 7 from 3 and had 20 points. People were still killing him.
When he shot low from outside, I also said it is good for us to see him do that. All I said, because you don't understand context. All I said was that Kevin Knox, we've seen him do it before, and that's nice. If you can hit the open threes, that's beautiful. But we want to see the development of Kevin Knox. What we have to see him add other wrinkles to his game, because if his shot is not falling, right, then he's most likely not going to have much impact on the floor, right? So again, I wasn't.
Did he try to take it to the basket tonight?
He did try to take it back. How many attempts did he have? How many attempts did he have?
That's not on him. That's on his teammates.
That's not on him.
That's on his teammates to give him the ball.
No, okay, if I'm looking at Kevin Knox, hold on. Obi had how many looks tonight? What do you have? 11 shots tonight? If I'm looking at Kevin Knox, you guys make excuses for Randall. Why people?
His teammates gave Obi the ball, didn't they? It's not on him. His teammates have to give him the ball. Nobody can do something without the ball. Stop saying Kevin Knox didn't do anything. If he can't do anything, he doesn't have the ball.
Let's level set up. First of all, shout out to the chat. State, come on, man. Keep it nice. Nick Gay, how are you, man? Always appreciate your insight. Let's just go over Knox for a second. He had 4 points, 2 for 5 shooting, 0 for 1 from 3, 0 for 1 from the line, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers in 18 and a half minutes, a -6. And when I did my play-by-play of him tonight, missed a drive in the lane. He needs to dunk the damn ball. I wrote, intimidated by Turner. Bad inbound pass to quickly. That was terrible. Missed his first 3 after a good kick out by Obi. Stepped out of bounds. How many freaking times in his career has this guy stepped out of bounds? What is he, a Bob Lanier sneakers? What is going on there? He has no damn, 30 feet. No damn thing. Doug McDermott was feasting on Knox. No defense. He made a good steal in the passing lane on a holiday pass, went coast to coast and drew a foul. McDermott beating Knox to the hole again. Knox is making him look like he's fast. Nice aggressive N1 off the backboard. Missed uncontested dunk after juking McDermott. Ball went out of bounds off rim. Knox victimized again by McDermott on inbound pass. Oladipo blew past Knox for easy layup. Matador defense. Knox finally blocked McDermott after getting beat off the dribble. Then he fouled Sabonis going to the hole. Knox finally had a jam. So that was the breakdown of Kevin's night. So, Mr. Wright, what do you got to say to that?
Let's.
Can I help you out?
Go ahead.
I think this was a product of point guard work on why Kevin didn't produce as much as we think. He didn't really take a lot of shots. I mean, I'm going to say this: next game, a minimum of three pointers he's going to make. A minimum next game.
Okay,
he just needs the ball more. I think Kevin said the best. He needs the ball more, and he is a cornerstone. That's just we knocking him, but he is a cornerstone. It's saying we just need a point guard.
Hey Teddy, what's a point guard have to do with his defense?
Thank you.
All right, Kevin. I'll try.
Like a rebounding.
Hey Steve, let me ask you a question. How many? Did you write down? Hold on. Because he can't
he gonna talk all night.
Did you write down every time RJ got beat off the ball and every time his man beat him? Did you write that down?
Yes. Yep, I have it all here. I'll put it for the chat. I'll type them all out for the chat.
Yeah, but because obviously RJ, he didn't mention it.
Got all my notes in RJ. I got all my notes.
RJ, he didn't mention it.
Exactly. He didn't mention that. He didn't mention all that with RJ, but he went down a whole list.
Yeah,
RJ had a nice.
That is what I'm talking about. To build up one player, you bring down another.
He scored 26 points. I think one negates the other. It hit 26 points. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover. Come on, man. He demonstrated his value. What value did Knox demonstrate tonight?
And you guys are proving my point. Teddy, you just said that Knox need a good point guard, right, to be effective.
Absolutely.
That's the whole point I'm talking about, right?
Hey, look.
If you had other wrinkles to your game, my bad, Rob. Just real quick, if you had other wrinkles to your game, you wouldn't be as point guard dependent on someone getting you the ball. If someone trusts you to have a solid post up game or anything else in your game, but get it to you on the perimeter, they probably get you the ball. They'll get it to Randall tonight because they know he can operate from the foul line, operate from the post, right? Randall,
that's not his role on this team, though.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to ask you this one question, and then I'll let anybody else have it. All this trust in Randall and RJ, what did that result in? Did it result in a win?
It wasn't their fault that we lost.
Okay, so now look,
is it then?
it was part. Yeah, it was part of their
point guard.
You can't say, hold on. You can't exclude them. If they're your best players, it is definitely their fault.
Hey, Kev, let me say something.
No. We would have lost by that. Oh my God, we would have lost by like 30.
Yes, it is RJ's fault we lost. Yes, it is Randall's fault we lost. Just as well as it is Kevin Knox's and Elfrid Payton and Mitch Robinson and Alec Burks. Don't sit here and say, because he had 26 points, he didn't responsible for it. We still lost the game.
Hey, fellas, damn, somebody can go. Besides, y'all told me to hold up.
Take it, Rob.
Damn. Now, last week, I get when Knox went 6 for 7, I paid you the best compliment. Obviously, you didn't get it. What I said was, at this stage of Knox's career, he's a shooter first, and he needs a point guard. You got mad. Be quiet, Ken, because I know you're gonna get ready to go off. You got in your feelings. You got in your feelings when we said that Quickly was helping him get off. You got kind of in your feelings. Now today showed that he needs a point guard until the rest of Kevin Knox game develop. He got to go one step at a time. It's other things in his bag. We can see that. He showed us that. But you can't unlock it unless his shooting get first. But the first thing you have to come into grips with is that he do need a point guard to get him going. Once he gets going, then he can put the rest of his offensive arsenal together. Right now in this lead, he has not did that yet, but it's there. He has potential to do it. You have to understand that without getting in your feelings when somebody mention him.
Oh, man.
Hold on. This isn't me. Hold on. This isn't
Can I ask
me.
you a quick question before you go, Kevin?
Yeah, go ahead.
Last night we talked about Tibbs getting into analytics, and one of the key metrics that he's using is efficiency. And last season, out of 327 qualified players in the league, Knox was 319. And the only one on the Knicks that was worse was DSJ, who was one away from the worst in the league. That's a trend.
Hold on. Let me debunk that right quick. You said out of 327 players, Knox was 319, right?
Yeah.
What was RJ?
RJ was 317.
But RJ's the golden child.
He scored. He's showing.
No. Because your argument was he was 319. That means he's not efficient. But RJ was 317. So you can't have a double standard. Is all I'm saying. Because if you go by last year's analytics, then RJ wasn't efficient either.
He wasn't efficient, but he had other attributes to his game to make a coach and make an organization say, you know what, he's trying to do so much. We were at a bad team. As his game improves, as his team improves, his efficiency and his usage rate, he'll get better. There was things that you could hold on to. What traits and skills were you able to grasp from Kevin last year? And I think and the venom that you're
salute.
Teddy, take care.
Y'all have a good night.
I think the venom that you're seeing tonight.
I'll be in the chat.
This is the
I'm out of here too, guys.
Later, Joe.
All right, Joe.
All right, take it, guys.
I think the venom you're hearing tonight is people seeing last year all over again. Deja vu.
In one game, you're seeing last year all over in one game. We're basing this entire season off one game now.
No, it's just the emotions of saying this is the same player.
But here's the thing, like I said, it's unfair. It's unfair, Steven. It's unfair because you just brought up, regardless of anything, you say his efficiency last year he was ranked 319th. So let's go off that. But RJ last year was ranked 317th.
Yeah.
But RJ gets a pass.
He took more attempts. He was more aggressive. He took more attempts. Yeah, so his efficiency is going to be down. It's a rookie. So what? I don't get your point, bro.
Steve, what was the?
You don't see the double standard in it, though. That's what you don't see. You don't see it.
Sorry, I'll
You don't want to see
Yeah,
it.
because he took more attempts. He was more aggressive. People would not have an issue with Knox if Knox had other wrinkles to his game, or last year if he was more aggressive.
What
right?
do you? I mean, I want to right now today, Cameron. What do you want from Kevin Knox? And don't change it later on to fit an argument. What do you want?
I'm not changing, bro. You are dead.
Easy, if you're listening, can you bring Bottom Moses in, please?
You have a love affair with Knox that's unhealthy. Everybody sees it, bro. It's disturbing. I didn't
what was Knox in his rookie year, Steven, with that?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
What was Knox in his rookie year?
Yeah, his efficiency ranking and
I don't have his efficiency ranking in his rookie year.
Because it will be 2 years in a row that he has bad efficiency. And now you see RJ, he was bad in his rookie year, but he looks.
Well, I do have his offensive win share in his rookie year. He was negative 2.2. So for our people in the chat and everything, that means almost over 2 games were lost for lost.
Kevin Knox.
Knicks lost 2 games because of Kevin in his rookie season, and he made that better. He was only negative 0.5 last year, but that's also because his minutes were cut in half. But yeah, his usage rate was 22.3% in his rookie year, went down to 17.8. But I think a lot of the venom you're hearing is, he had the efficiency issue, RJ. I'm not disputing that, but if you watch the game tonight and you watched him, you're seeing growth.
He was 438 in his rookie year.
Sheesh. That's bad.
No doubt it's bad. It's no doubt.
His efficiency was 438 in his rookie year.
I guess that's improvement, kind of.
Hey, State, what are you stuttering tonight? You keep sending the same thing in the chat all night, man. What's up? So,
who's this?
State. He's stuttering tonight. He keeps sending out the same post over and over and over. We heard you the first time, bro.
But like it's not even close. Like RJ and Knox, like you just watch them both play on the court. Like RJ does more on the court than Knox does. It's not even close. Like RJ's a better rebounder than him, better passer than him, probably a better defender than him.
But he uses his also not RJ. And again, reminder, me personally, I'm not blaming Knox for tonight's loss. He's not the main reason why we lost. But when we're talking about Knox individually, right? Look at how RJ uses his body. Look at how Knox uses his body. How many times do you see it where Knox literally looks like he's smaller than the guy that he's taking the ball up on? He did have a nice layup tonight. I'm giving him that. And the dunks, beautiful, aggressive. I didn't complain about his aggression tonight. If you're taking this today, and most of his career, Knox plays smaller than his size and his strengths. RJ doesn't. RJ will give you a big moment against PJ Tucker, who's not something to sneeze at on defense. He'll body him and use his body on him. Now, again, RJ is not this god. He was inefficient last year. He had a negative 0.5 win share last year, right? So again, he has issues on his own, but when you see him, it's always like a steady, you feel like there's steady growth in there. Mm-hmm. With Knox, and again, if you want Knox to be a specialist, I have no problem with that. When he shot the 6 threes, I said that was good. I never put it down. I'm saying he has he has the ability to have other tools in his bag. Because when he can't shoot well, what else can he do? Like Steven said, forget the point guard. He also did not play good defense. RJ didn't play great defense either. And I have the notes. But at least he scored 20-some points. Knox did not. I'm just sorry.
Well, the 26 points got canceled out because Oladipo had 20. So you give RJ 6.
Oh, fair enough. But the comparison between RJ and Knox, not about their total. Okay, fair enough. That cancels out. But still, who did Knox? Who's
RJ
Knox
also had 8 rebounds.
Like, come on.
Knox played 12 minutes.
RJ also had 5 assists.
But Knox played 12 minutes.
If you gave him the same amount of minutes, he wouldn't have done the same stuff.
Right. There's a reason why he got those many minutes.
With a point guard on the floor, it's different. He's predicated on the point guard. Let's come to that fact.
That's the bottom line. I agree.
He's limited. Okay,
let's come to that fact. Then we can move on.
All right, he's limited. I agree with you. He's limited. And I guess until we get a point guard, you're never going to see the value in
it's not even the fact that he's limited. Here's the difference. RJ
I knew
has
that was
the
going to
ball.
bring it back up,
RJ
Guillermo, when you
plays
said
with
that.
the
You did that
ball.
on purpose.
Kevin Knox.
You did that on purpose.
Kevin Knox
No, I didn't.
relies.
No.
Hold on, no. Here's the thing. And it's not even a point guard. Kevin Knox is the type of player that relies on his teammates to give him the ball. Well, RJ can just play with the ball. So regardless of what you say, there are two different types of players. They're not the same type of player. They're two different types. So where one can have the ball in his hand and create with it, one is dependent. Yes, Knox is dependent on someone giving him the ball and setting him up. If that's a bad thing, I guess, now in the NBA.
It's not at all. It's not.
Just give me 2 seconds. Rob, just give me 2 seconds, please. I'm going to just kill Kevin right here. This is the same Kevin that made that bogus comparison with Clay and someone else when he's comparing RJ and Knox, because he said that Knox will have an easier time getting off his own shot compared to RJ. It's the same Kevin that said it. Now Kevin Knox needs a point guard. See how inconsistent he is? I listen to everything you say. You don't listen to what I say.
I said he is the type of player.
Hey, hold your
Klay
thought, Kev. Hold your thought. I want you to come in. But Freeze, if you're listening, could you put out the link so Ralph Moses could join us? Thanks. Okay, Kev, go back.
What I'm saying is, just like Clay was early in his career, Clay was still dependent on someone of him moving and having someone give him the ball. It wasn't until later on in his career where he determined he can do stuff with the ball. But in the beginning of Klay Thompson's career, you can wrap your head around. But the beginning of Klay Thompson's career, he was dependent on someone giving him the ball.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it is. It's his third year.
And then his other bag came out. That's what I've been saying for 2 days. But
so
now
everyone, you're trying to sit here and say that everyone has to be on the same track of progression? Everybody.
I would hope you show improvement.
Like, you're not consistent. You're the comparison.
So let me get this. You're basing Knox's entire third season off his first game. So every game, all his this ain't the choice you give me. Are you trying to say that the 71 more games are going to be just like this one? That's what you're saying.
We're basing it on his first. He had only one good exhibition game.
This is the first game. So are you trying to sit here and say that the rest of his games are going to look just like this? That's what you're saying. That's what you're sitting here saying right now.
I mean, we're not going to have.
Is that what you're saying right now? Yes or no?
You said we don't have a point guard, so
yes or no?
We have a point
the rest of
guard.
the game is going to look just like today.
Most nights it will. Most nights,
yes or no? People keep saying I don't answer questions, and I answer very clearly.
Most nights it will.
And I'll tell you, my prediction is Kevin will be. He is, as Coach Colorblock says, he is who he is, and he'll be consistently inconsistent. Take it, Guillermo.
Can I just kill Kevin real quick on
Please?
Klay Thompson?
I've been being killed all night, and I seem very alive for some reason.
Yeah, because you're.
I guess these bullets are just bouncing out. I must be Superman because I don't seem dead. But come on, kill me. Come on.
It's a talking course. You know when the blood is spurting out, you're saying your last words. This is what you're saying. So let me help you out with Klay Thompson. To start his career, percentage of field goals assisted. His first year was 62.3. Next year was 75.1. The year after that, 62.2. The year after that, 55.6. Later on in his career, 72.5, 75%, 74.3, 74.6. So your point has it doesn't have any validity to it. He was getting more assists later on in his career when he became an even more dangerous player.
We're saying that stat is backwards. That's not what we're saying. How many times did he get the pass to make the shot? Not how many assists he made.
No.
But he was showing how he rounded out his game.
I'm saying field goals, that the shots that Klay Thompson made.
But he was playing with another shooter. Look, man, you can't just.
Hold on. Steven, you got what I'm saying, right? Steven, you get what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
No, you're not. I'm saying that the percentage of field goals that Klay Thompson made that were assisted rose as he got older in the league. That was against Kevin's point where he was saying that, or he implied that Klay Thompson had someone assist him the ball earlier in his career, and that went down. That's not the case. So again, what you're trying to do with Klay Thompson?
But his shooting got better every year.
Can we talk about like Mitchell Robinson now?
I understand what you're saying, Guillermo. I do
this ain't
understand.
going nowhere.
But I'm just saying, look, when you look at that whole scenario, you got to put the players that he's around. If you're putting Knox in that situation with Clay, I'm not saying he was going to shoot like Clay, but he'll be a whole better shooter than what he is now.
Yeah, fine, but in the first years of the Golden State Warriors, who they had? Monte Ellis and Curry, who was injured, and those guys. They didn't really have that system until what? Mark Jackson got there. What, 14? Was it 13? No, when Mark
Good
Jackson?
coaching, better shooting.
13, 14, right? But he was still giving you points, right? By himself. So only thing I'm saying with Kevin Knox is what do we want from Kevin Knox? Let me ask you, Kevin. Do we want a specialist? Do we don't mind if he caps out a specialist? Or
how old was he when he came into the league? How old was Clay?
20 was
when Clay came in. How old was Clay? Clay played what, 4 years, right?
3.
I think Clay played 4 years.
He was 21 when he came in.
Okay, versus 19. That's still another problem. That's why you can't make that comparisons like that.
Okay. Then why isn't Obi dominating then? He's 22. Why isn't he better than RJ?
That say what?
Why isn't Obi better than RJ? He's 22.
But he's been a pro longer.
By 1 year?
Yeah, RJ didn't by 1 year. A pro 1 year is better than a pro no years.
Okay, then why is RJ better than Knox? RJ is younger than Knox.
RJ is not, because look, they say give him 3 years. When they drafted him at that age, they said give him 3 years. We're judging him before
the way he played tonight. They should give him 3 to 5 years.
Rob, it doesn't matter because here's the thing: people are just going to troll Kevin Knox because I don't know why, but that's what it is. They just don't like Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox can't do anything right. Can we move on to Richard Robinson now?
Yes, we will. We'll just give our man Latrell one last word on the topic. Latrell,
thank you.
Got?
Oh man, I've been waiting. I've been dying to get in. So I got to say this. I love all you guys. Kevin, you're right. Today was not about Knox. It was Elfrid Payton that killed the team. We all understand that, and their defense affected. They let their offense struggles and Mr. Elfrid Payton, who killed the team, affect their defense in that third quarter. I thought just very quickly, I thought the transition defense was terrible. I thought that many times tonight we couldn't secure the ball under the basket. How many times did we give up easy buckets off of out of bounds plays? I have that in my notes. Made it way too easy on Sabonis. But to your point about Kevin, I think this is the only thing that I'll say about Legion Guillermo where I agree with him. I see RJ on the court, and I don't question his mentality. That when I watch him play, I never question whether or not he's trying to do the right things as far as mentality wise on the court. With Kevin Knox, I think he's gotten better. But again, it's not consistent. Do I blame him, though, tonight? You're right. You can't force the other guys on the team to get him the ball. But I think you can sometimes, even when it's Elfrid Payton's fault. I get it. But I do think there are times where Kevin's got to say, give me the damn ball. Demand it more. But you also have to, in order to get the ball, you have to show your teammates that you deserve the ball. It works both ways. So my whole point tonight is Kevin Knox, he took an open three. He missed it. He missed a dunk that, quite frankly, Kevin Wright, I think if he knocks that dunk in, I think that gets him going, and maybe his teammates do get him the ball a little more. So tonight it's not about bashing Kevin Knox. We all know he needs a point guard, but I don't think the RJ comparison is fair because they're two totally different players. RJ can get his own more effectively, in my opinion, and we will have to revisit this every night because it's very entertaining for our audience.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to switch it up.
Very entertained. I'll say that.
We'll change things up a little and maybe make you feel better, Kevin. As per Coach Colorblock,
I'm fine. I'm great.
We're going to.
Is that fair? What I said? Do you think I was fair on the point?
No, and it's not about coming on here and being fair to me. This is about giving your opinion. I mean,
yeah, but I want to give my opinion, but I also want to be fair. I want to be open-minded, though. Like, I'm trying to give Kevin Knox the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm trying to say, look at the position that we're putting him in. I don't think it's a great position to have anyone out there with Elfrid Payton at this point in time. So I understand that. I'm trying to be fair about it. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because I think Kevin Knox can give us more. I want to see more, but I also have to be realistic about what I'm seeing. I need more. I need more.
Here's what, and I'll say this: none of us as fans, and you said his teammates have to trust that he's going to make the shots. None of us knows what is going on at practice and how they practice. Kevin Knox could look bad in practice, but here's my thing: if he did, he wouldn't be in the rotation.
I think he deserves to be in the rotation.
I disagree.
I think he deserves to be in the rotation. I think, look, I told you this, and I agreed with what you said, Kevin. Remember last night we said how many threes? If this team's going to be good, Kevin Knox needs to put up shots, okay? I mean, what we got from Bullock and Burks tonight was great. If we get that consistently, that's great. But
I'll get on Bullock later, because I'll get on him later. But go ahead.
What about Latrell?
I think he froze.
Yeah.
Latrell.
Hey, all right. So we're gonna go to Obi. I just want to do a quick shout out to the chat. Sirhan the Man, yep. My I Want to Be Sedated. That is a great song. I'm glad you caught that. Danny Landis, my man, how are you? Boost Mobile again. Bruce David. 1:56 a.m. We got 172 people in the chat, and we have 101 likes, so we passed the 100. So thank you so much for getting those likes. So again, please hit those like, subscribe, reminder buttons to support our boy Freezy. Also, again, it's been a very hectic night. Shout out to the mods, Sima, Bodega, and the new Knicks. As always, your efforts are appreciated. And again, don't forget to check out our guy Freezy's morning drive show at 8 or 8:45, depends on what side of the bed he wakes up. But it's a great show. And Kaiser Soze, Jeremy, TL, thank you so much. So let's switch the talk to Obi. He made his debut at about a minute left in the first quarter. He's just taken too many threes. That's not his game. 5 of his first 8 shots were from 3. So he finished the night with 9 points, 3 for 12 shooting, 3 for 7 from 3. Didn't get to the line. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no steals, 2 blocks, 0 turnovers in a little under 24 minutes, and he was a -4. Again, just from play-by-play, he did a coast to coast, but he missed the shot, never squared up to the hoop. Total brick on an open 3 from the top of the key after getting a good kick out. Missed the mid-range jumper. My note was he just can't get his offensive game going. Finally hit a corner 3, which was his first NBA basket after a really nice left-handed pass by Quick. Quick made a stunning pass to Randall. He got blocked by Turner, but it was a beautiful pass, man. Obi made a gorgeous half-court bullet pass to RJ for a dunk. Nice block on Brogdon to close out the first half. He had a 3-pointer after replacing Randall, who got his 4th foul. Then he missed a floater and had an air ball on a 3-pointer from the corner 3. Another missed 3. Missed the layup after posting up. I thought he had, I wrote, where's the hops, man? He just didn't seem he had hops. Beautiful left-hand bullet pass to Mitch for a basket, and showing talent as a passer. Layup got blocked by Turner. Another brick by him. Went off the backboard, but it went in. So that was like he didn't call that one. And another miss 3 from a nice pass by your guy Knox. So he's not playing. He's not playing his game, and I don't know why they're not running more sets for him to be comfortable. So you want to take it, Art?
Yeah, like you're right. Like he doesn't even look like he's that athletic right now. Like that was like the big thing. Like he could jump out of the gym.
Yeah, he could jump up and down. He just can't jump left and right.
Yeah, like his defense is questionable, but that was already known. And then it was just like such a weird game because the centers got into foul trouble and they had to play him and Randall together. So I don't know. It's his first game. I'm not really worried about him. But
you know why? Because even though he played poorly in some ways, you're seeing he has an aptitude for passing.
Yep.
you're seeing some other things that once that shot and the game slows down for him again. The biggest thing for rookies are speed and strength. So when the game slows down for him, you're going to see that he has more than just that off. If he can, pass the ball and use IQ that way, and he had 2 blocks and everything, there is some hope.
Yeah, he had that nice block to end the half, right?
Yeah. So
Mr.
Wright, what'd you think about Obi tonight?
He was too perimeter oriented, I think.
That's an understatement.
I was very surprised by that. I saw him that one play where he came off the curl for the 3, and I was like, why is he playing like a wing? What is it going on? Why are they playing him like this? I would have loved to see him take it more to. This would have been your point. I would have rather seen Obi take it more to Sabonis and use his athleticism against Sabonis than him posting up on the outside or on the perimeter. And this is actually starting to be like kind of a trend with Obi the last couple of games, him just not going. Like the first preseason game against Detroit, he banged down low. The majority of his points came from in the paint. But since then, he's steadily and routinely been out on the perimeter. I don't know if that's cause for concern or that's just the game plan or what. But when Noel and Mitch got in foul trouble and they were playing the small 5, I don't know if he was playing a 5 or Randall was playing 5. I don't know. Either one of them was playing a 5. I would have liked to see him use his athleticism more against Sabonis, take advantage of that. Just on a side note, did anyone else, when they were watching Sabonis tonight, get like flashbacks of Rick Smits? I was like, is that Rick Smits on the court? And I had to follow like, no, that's Sabonis.
That guy dominated.
Yeah, I think Sabonis has better feet.
But I want to. Well, the next game is against Philly. I don't know who the backup for Philly is.
I think Mike Scott, right?
I want to see him more in the paint.
Yeah.
In that game, even if it's against like Tobias Harris, I want to see him more in the paint and stop living outside. Because right now that shot is kind of, because when he misses, he misses.
You're not kidding.
It is bad when he misses. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, is that weird high arc?
Is that so high? Is that really high arc?
He's gonna kill a duck one of these days. I know, man.
Wow. So he really needs to bring his game inside more. Even if he wants to take like mid-range shots or something, just go inside more. I want to see him more in the pick and roll. I don't think we saw any of that tonight, really. Maybe a couple plays or something, but I definitely want to see him more in the pick and roll. He needs to definitely get out more in transit. They need to run more of that unit with him in it. They need to run more. They need more of an up and down pace because I don't think he's yet suited for the half court game like that. We didn't go on that many fast breaks tonight, anyways, which is another thing that we need to do more.
No quickly, no break.
Thank you, Rob. Exactly, and the same thing with Obi. You don't have quickly. Obi's game is going to be impacted.
Exactly, it's part of it.
So that's what I saw. He needs to be more in the up tempo pace, so we can see the real Obi topping.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, I'm going to come to you for a second. Freeze, if you're listening, if you can put in the link so Ralph, God Moses, and Elijah could get in. Hi, Darley. Hope all is well. Take it, Rob.
Okay, I think that we on the Obi on the defensive part of the game. I was watching them closely. He done some great things, but you only recognize bad defense when you get beat, because when you're playing it, it doesn't resonate to you. But when you see somebody get beat, now he got beat on a couple of plays that I see is like just experienced NBA players versus a rookie. They was able to do certain things to him. Mm-hmm. And as far as his game is concerned, as far as the jump shots, right now it's congested down there because you got Mitch down there who can't go nowhere. You got Randall operating at the top of the key. So he's the only one out there that can pretty much stretch the defense. So that puts him in a pretty particular situation, being that you can shoot the three. So now this is where you're getting your shots at for the moment. But I think as the season go on, he's going to get better positioning for his shots going further. And he's going to look a lot better. So, but right now, I think this is where they got him operating at because they got the ball in his hands. I feel as though with a little bit too much dribbling. You know, and I think that he'll work when you do see him down in the box is when Randall is off the floor, but it doesn't count unless Quickly is on the floor. So today you can pretty much predict going forward with the New York Knicks who's going to have a bad game and who's going to have a good game, depending on who's on the floor with some players, not all of them, but with some players. And like the young players, you're going to see them struggle without Quickly on the floor going forward. And if he is on the floor, a lot of people are going to have better games because he provides that for the team. That IQ that he provides, it helps the team. And he necessarily doesn't even have to have a good game, but he's providing something for other players like Obi and them to have a good game. So right now, on Obi's performance right now today with the passing and everything and the shooting, yes, he was 3 for 9. So that'll put him about at 35%. If he shot 35% for the season, that's good from 3-point range. And he'll get better at the two. So out of a rate from 1 to 10, I give OB like a 4.55.
Cool. Guillermo?
Yeah, with Obi, again, not a good game for the most part. Defensively, he did have a few plays in there, but he got abused by Sabonis on the N1 play. I forgot what quarter it was. Really bad positioning by Obi. He got abused. Now, interesting enough, I think he only had one assist, right? The one to RJ. He also had a really nice pass. Did he have only one assist?
One assist.
He had a really nice pass to Knox down low. Not Knox, Mitch down low.
And he made it on the. He fumbled, and then I think he put it in on the
offensive rebound. Yep.
Yeah. Right. And the thing I'm seeing with Obi, he also had a nice pick and pop roll that turned into him driving to the basket, right? I think he needs to exploit more of that. But obviously, his best positioning is like down low and on the baseline, right? Where he kind of, since he's really top heavy, right? If he can, make the, one little shoulder scoop, drive, dig in, and then go straight at the rim. He did have his welcome to the NBA moment where he did the spin move and literally the first
thing got blocked, right?
Coming to block the crap out of that ball. So, it is what it is. He also had a really ugly play where he tried to force like an ugly layup. You know what I mean? So again, I know people saying try to give him the best position and stuff like that. I agree to an extent. But if he's going to become an overall better player, and I mean, obviously they're probably working with this stuff, during practice. But footwork, steps to the basket, he'll a lot better. I know people have an issue with being at the top of the key, right? Or in that area. He did have a horns play. Suits of Coach Blocks because we were calling this stuff out during the live stream. But there was a horns play, I believe, in the third quarter where it was him and it may have been Randall.
Probably was.
Say again?
It probably was because Mitch and Noel barely played.
Right. So it was a one where Bullock shot a 3 in the corner. So that's one way you can exploit Obi, right? I think that, again, people are sick of are a little disgusted with his shot. I don't think he should live out there. If he runs that horns play, right, he could be a guy to cut to the basket if the point guard goes his way, or he could be the guy to pop if the point guard goes the other way. There are ways to really game plan around Obi. Again, Obi could be in a triangle, the guy in a post in a triangle. He had that one play against JaVale McGee where they ran a triangle against Cleveland, and he got that Amari Stoudemire scoop, driving a baseline layup, right? So there are many ways to exploit him. I just think that sometimes with Randall might get a little congested because they kind of have the same, like you want Obi to kind of be in the same positions and roles that Randall's in. So, but again, when Randall's out, he should be coming in to do basically what Randall's doing, right? Operating at the foul line, the elbow, working the post, the baseline. The perimeter stuff. Now he had a pick and pop, I believe. Like I said, I think he had 2 pick and pops, if I remember. One he drove to the basket, one I think he shot, but he missed. I don't mind the pick and pop so much, but again, I want Obi around that rim area, like cutting to that rim area or driving there on the baseline for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So we'll switch it up, and we're going to talk about Mitch. And my comments for Mitch is an old Led Zeppelin song. The song remains the same. 3 quick fouls, showing no growth, getting pushed around in the paint, leaving his feet. For tonight, 3 points, 1 for 2 shooting, didn't get to the line, 1 for 2 from the line, 6 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 3 blocks, 0 turnovers in 21 minutes, negative 17 plus minus. I did write that it looked like his ankle was bothering him, the way he moved a little. So Sabonis just muscled Mitch all night in the paint for and ones, and short time later causing Mitch to pick up a second foul at 7:25 of the first quarter. Sabonis drew Mitch third foul of 9:46 of the second quarter. Once again, leaving his feet. He did make a couple nice blocks, but it's the song. It's all the same thing all over again. Early foul trouble. So you want to take it, Rob?
Yeah, I think Mitch got robbed on a couple of those fouls. Early on,
You could
going.
see Tibbs was pissed. As a matter of fact, you saw Tibbs getting really angry with that the woman ref, and I think it was because of that call. Yeah. It looked like it was a clean block, man, on the replay.
Yeah, it was definitely a clean block.
Was it me or you couldn't hear the whistles?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they're playing the music too, the fan noise too loud.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Mitch, but Bonus was a handful. He was definitely a handful down there today. And in being that again, once quickly left the game, they couldn't run. So once you got it down in a half court, Mitch was fooled. On both ends, because you couldn't tire him out because we couldn't run the ball. So he got the rest on the defensive end because the ball movement stopped. So we kind of made it easy for him to be a force on the other end. So with that being said, yeah, Mitch, and man, I don't know, man, with about Noel, but don't he look like one of them trees from that movie? What's the name of that movie I took my kids to with the
Wizard of Oz? I don't know.
With Odo in them. The guy said The Ring. Lord of the
Rings.
When them trees came alive.
Yeah.
He looked like one of those trees. Man, because if Mitch is small, man, Noah's Lowell is smaller. He looks straight up and down like a
man.
He's small, or if he falls full blast on Miles Turner, he didn't even get hurt.
Yeah, he just
like a tissue on him.
So. Yeah, man, he need to. I don't know about him though, but yeah, Mitch, he didn't have a productive game at all. He had a couple of blocks when the first one they took from him, but when it really didn't matter. So, it is what it is with that game right there. But like I say, I'm predicating out this whole season on quickly, and that's just my belief. Anything goes wrong that I seen, because the play is like from last year, and the only difference is Quickly and Obi. So therefore, if we're looking like last year, we got the last year's spacing, we got last year's everything. So we're gonna look like last year.
Although Burks has helped.
Yeah, Burks is a great help.
Yep.
Yeah, and he seems as though that he's going to be in his 7th year. He seems as though he's going to be kind of consistent too.
Yeah, and he's 29, so he's in his prime. So
yeah, he knows his way around the league.
Yeah, Mr. Wright, what'd you think of Mitch tonight?
I said this a while ago that bigger players are going to give Mitch problems. And it just holds true. I mean, I don't know if it's just he's not physical enough, or if he just doesn't know how.
Doesn't have the strength.
Yeah, even
he
with that,
doesn't even have good fundamentals either.
Does he even know how to position himself?
Yep.
That's
Coach Colorblocks has been saying that, man.
Because you can have I've seen JaVale McGee hold his own against bigger players, and JaVale McGee is not big.
Yep.
He's a slight of frame himself.
Gobert too.
Yeah, and so it's like I think with better recognition, he could be better. It's just when is that recognition? Like, I'm pretty sure Kenny Payne has been working on him, and like I said this a while ago. Like every time you saw Mitch put these videos up, they were just like pickup games. Like, you didn't really see him like training.
Yes, skipping my Mitch. Yep.
So it was kind of like, what really were you working on for 9 months? Were you just playing pickup games, doing something you're not going to do in a game, shooting threes? Because we haven't seen that. So
I've seen a mid range.
Here's the thing, and I said this the other night: you can't play 4-on-5 offensively because Mitch really is. I mean, he'll get putbacks and he'll get the lobs, but he's not the type of player that a team has to like defend. And with Peyton out there with Mitch, that's playing 3-on-5 offensively.
Exactly.
And so we're already at a disadvantage on the offensive side. So and Noel, he's no better because he does the same thing. Like, this team would have been so much better. And, even with all the Kentucky connections, I have no idea why they didn't go get Cousins. But the center position is just going to be a void for us. It's not as bad as the point guard position because at least there's productivity in some aspect from the center position. But offensively, we're not going to get anything from either one of those this year. Like,
maybe we should have held on to that kid Otoro.
Something, because offensively, we're just not going to. Don't expect anything from the center position this year, unless Toppin or Randall's playing the small ball 5. Because they're just going to be a negative. Yeah, they'll rebound, they'll defend, they'll be the anchors. But that's not even a given on most nights. If they keep getting in foul trouble, so it's like, what are y'all really bringing? Because them getting in foul trouble messes up the entire rotation.
Exactly.
Because I don't think, in my heart of hearts, I don't think Tibbs wants to play Randall and Toppin together. I don't think he does.
Nope.
But when your two centers both have 3 fouls in like the second quarter,
you don't have
what can you do?
Exactly.
So you don't want to handcuff them. You don't want to handcuff the rotations. And besides, like I said, beyond them, we don't have any more depth like that. I mean, Spellman, even if he is healthy, you don't trust him.
Nope.
So that's what I got to say about Mitch. As Forrest Gump says, that's all I got to say about that.
Yep. And a box of candy.
that's like that coconut candy. That's what's about.
Almond Joy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Melons, right?
You know how in the Valentine's candy you always got that coconut chocolate that you taste like, oh, what is this? It's like, oh, it's the coconut one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't.
Yeah. So
what do you think about Art?
Man, he's got to be better, man. Like, what were you doing? Like, you're still getting into foul trouble. Like, this is why you didn't start over Taj Gibson. Like, he's got to be better. Like, this is year 3, and his extension's like supposed to be this summer, right? Like, we're supposed to be negotiating with him this summer.
Yeah. Well, he has the option. He still technically, he still has the team option at like 1.8.
Team option at 1.8. That's correct.
So I mean, you can pick it. I mean, there's no harm in picking it up, but.
Well, it's not really 1.8. It's 1.1 because of all the money he has to pay the 6 agents.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Plus that New York state tax is.
If he doesn't improve, he shouldn't be a building block. Like we might have to be looking somewhere else.
Yeah, but maybe if they saw that on the wall, maybe they should have traded him this past draft or something. Because
I think, to be honest with you, I think Tibbs was his introductory press conference. I think he would take it back when he called Mitch a cornerstone. Because I looked at the tape and him and he said RJ and Mitch are like cornerstones. But then I think once Tibbs started like working with him, he was like, "Oh, I got a long way to go with this kid." I wish I can take that back.
Yeah. I don't think you want to take it back. The boy is young. You mentioned him
22.
You mentioned him to McGee. McGee didn't start really defending until he got on his 4th. He doesn't even have his man strength yet. Mitch, that's why he can't hold people down there yet. He's not ready yet physically, but he'll get there. He's 21. He'll get there.
But when will he get there between the ears?
I would say, but look, that comes with it.
That
comes with it.
I don't know, man.
His athleticism saves a lot of things, but when we see the good things and it's not a foul, everybody takes out the equation, but he still jumped and blocked the shot. When people would have him stand there. Now, I've seen it a couple of times tonight. He just put his hand straight up. I didn't see that last year. It's maturing slowly, but it's there. But
but you don't put a cornerback in who has terrible technique because he has good recovery speed.
Yeah, but look, which quarterback we gonna go with? The other one get knocked around like he's
he's using his athleticism instead of technique.
Yeah, but like I said, tonight, even watching the game, on a couple of plays, he did go straight up without even leaving his feet. And one time he caught a block.
I know, but why does he have to do that when he has foul trouble? So I can't stand that people are like, he played really well with 4 fouls. He played really well with 5 fouls.
But
so why does he have the right technique when does he have to get foul problems to get?
But we can say one of the fouls he didn't even foul nobody.
Yeah, you can.
The second one was kind of ticky tack. I'll give him that. The second one was kind of.
It comes with the territory. On the defensive end, we take offensive mistakes from all the players, but we don't want to take none on the defensive side.
Yeah. Hey, a quick shout out to the chat. I'm not going to be on tomorrow night. I'm going to be spending the holiday with my family. So for those that'll be leaving, I just wanted to wish you and your families a happy holiday and a healthy and prosperous new year. And thank God 2020 is over. It's been a nightmare for this world. So I just wanted those that'll be dropping off and that I won't get a chance to talk to you. Just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Freezy, my man, I see you.
What's good, man?
You're what's good.
So been a lot of fireworks, Freezy. A lot of fireworks. I think it's the 4th of July up in here.
The best was the free agent talk. That was the best. That was the
best. So you guys want to talk about Randall?
Yeah.
Sure.
With Randall.
Can I say? Oh, I didn't.
Did you go on? Were you still want to say about Mitch?
Yeah, I didn't say anything about Mitch.
I'm sorry,
I didn't
take it. I apologize. I got.
No, it's fine. It's just real quick with Mitch, man. I think that, and salute to Coach Colorbox pointing us out. I think that Tom Thibodeau, I do think he's playing mind games with Mitch, but I think that he's doing this to show Mitch, like, you put all these cryptic messages on YouTube or social media. You know what I mean? And your attitude is as if, hey, I should belong here, right? Because all this summer, it seems as if no one's going to start. And he threw Mitch out in the fire, and Mitch did not do well. You know what I mean? He has to get it to, like you said, Stephen, to get it between the ears. Some people don't get it until they're exposed, right? And they expose in front of everybody. Now there's accountability because before last year, you get away with a few flashy blocks, but you're in foul trouble and you only played 20 minutes, right? And to your point, yes, quickly, you're going to need a proper point guard to get him the ball on offense. But he don't need that on defense. His footwork on defense, still poor. His strength on defense, and I understand he's still young, still poor. You know what I mean? He's 22. You should be seeing some dividends. And obviously people grow differently, right? But even how you're playing a guy, and even on the there's no reason why Sabonis should be literally grabbing rebounds over your head.
Thank you.
That just doesn't make any sense. You're 7'1", whatever, and you have those arms. Use your hands should be near that. I saw literally him push Sabonis, literally engulf Mitch Robinson and tip it, and put the ball back in. I'm like, no, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of techniques. Look, again, with Mitch Robinson can had 0 points tonight and still probably had a plus if his footing, fundamentals, defense a lot better. Say what you want about Dennis Rodman, right? Dennis Rodman will give you a game where he wouldn't score more than 10 points in a whole week. But defensively, he's shutting his man down. Rebound-wise,
oh my God.
Eating it up. And that's all I need from Mitch. I don't care about the threes with Mitch. I don't need him to score. I need you to be the defensive
anchor
that we know you can be on both fundamentals. And I give you, Rob, That one foul, that was a BS foul, Rob. But you know it comes with the territory. You know when you played ball before. You know which refs are going to call it quick on you.
Oh,
so you got to know, all right, I can't play it this way. There's certain refs you can play aggressive, right? The certain refs is like, all right, I know he or she's going to be calling some BS calls all night. All right, I just got to keep my hands up. But that's also mean I got to play a person proper position. I can't let Sabonis get speed on me. Or I know to run that pick and roll. All right, I got to step up on it and disrupt Sabonis. I don't see these fundamentals from these guys, man. So Sabonis is a good player. I ain't taking that away from him. But Mitch,
God bless you, Guillermo. You opened up this telecast saying from a textbook standpoint, why didn't you go at Sabonis to get him in foul trouble?
Mm-hmm.
What's the over under
move to do? He kills us every game. Get the guy in foul trouble. Go at him.
That's also a tip too. I put a lot on that on Twitter tips because
absolutely
what RJ Barrett was doing to Sabonis tonight, there was no reason. On the same so I agree with you, Rob. No point guard, but RJ was having his way with Sabonis getting to the basket. It wasn't until Turner came back then that when RJ going to the basket kind of got taken out because Turner's just a good defender, but he had his way with Sabonis.
Yeah, because with the point guard on the floor, he get that one-on-one space and he needs to operate. Turner can't run all the way down there. But when you take out quickly, then Turner can run down there. It just resorts back to last year's offense.
But there were times where RJ had the ball without Quickly was on the second half, and RJ was still getting it against Sabonis. Yeah. Not as
I know, but yeah, one-on-one, Sabonis couldn't do nothing. But when you had Turner running down on the block too, that caused the problem.
I got a question. Like I said, what's the over/under Embiid stat line on Saturday?
What do you have? 39.
It's going to be free. 25 points, 14 rebounds.
No, he had 39 today.
Yeah, he had 39 tonight. You know what I'm saying? With the way Mitch played defense tonight,
I'm scared, man.
Hopefully, he'll have too much eggnog.
Yeah, but it's on the 26th, right?
Bonus is not the center. Mitch, man, Bonus was not the center.
But Mitch was also Bonus.
Oh, yeah, because Bonus got more tools in his bag than Turner does. Yeah. He had the tougher matchup.
Who, Randall or Mitch?
Mitch has a bonus.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't understand why.
Mitch
I kind of see it,
but is way tougher than Turner.
Randall,
I agree.
7 feet, so maybe that's why.
No, we're talking about Embiid.
Yeah, I said Embiid.
Yo, he's gonna feast.
Embiid gonna get tired.
He's gonna do what he wants to do.
Let's hope.
Is it a day game? Is it a day game? We might get lucky.
30.
All they got to do, if Quickly is in the game, we gonna be able to tie out Embiid. If he's not, we in trouble.
Is that simple, Rob?
Quickly's MVP caliber now.
It's that simple.
Well, he's showing, he changed the pace of the game in a very short time, man.
I wish we had another point guard that could, so whenever...
God willing, Rivers could do that.
Yeah, here's the sad thing. I still don't think that... I don't know if it's just stubbornness or what. I just don't see Tibbs taking Elfrid Payton out anytime soon. Even though the analytics and the eye test say Elfrid Payton cannot be on the court.
Yeah.
Freeze.
Kevin, keep going.
Even though the analytics and the eye test say Elfrid Payton shouldn't be in the game at all, like literally should not be in the game, Tibbs is just gonna keep him. He's gonna ride with him.
Do you think he's gonna ride with him once Rivers is back?
Tibbs is not as smart as we thought. We thought he was.
No, you know what annoys me about Payne though? He throws the laziest passes.
Yeah.
Rob was right earlier when he said,
and he also
Elfrid Payton is like Randall broke up with him. I don't want nothing to do with you no more. And Elfrid's like, well, what am I going to do now? I done lost my best friend.
You saw RJ and Randall were actually playing a 2-man game at one point. But Payne's so I didn't think you would get that bad. And he did. He found a way.
Randall was saving him a little bit, but at the process of him, at the point of him.
Hold on 1 second, Freezy. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to ask Art if he remembered back in October
when we talked about. Remember, we did the mock front office where a bunch of us had different roles, and we did the mock front office about what we do with the franchise, and remember how we talked about establishing the point guard position and not wanting to take chances and such. I think this is what would be like. We are legit looking at what the fallout is like when you have a bunch of random dudes at point guard. It reminds me of the
Bears. The Bears with no quarterback.
No, it reminds me of the late '90s when every good team had a great shortstop. You remember that? You remember the Nomar Garcia Parras, the Miguel Tejadas,
A-Rod.
Yeah, A-Rod, Jeter, and then you had like the Jose Reyeses come along, and so that's what it reminds me of. It's like legit, we're in an era like the golden era of point guard play, and we don't have one, and we're not a winner. Just like back then, if you didn't have like a great shortstop, you just couldn't win. I think we're stuck. I think we're stuck right now. Like I think we're in a place where our hope and our eternal optimism is outweighing like the common sense of what we're seeing. And it's no dig at fans, because that's what we're fans for. We hope our team wins it. But clearly, I mean, we had quickly came in and gave us a spark at the point guard, and you saw what that team could do, right? Just a spark, just a spark. He didn't really get into his bag for real. We legit don't know what he's capable of long term. But just the fact that he came in and stabilized he played point guard for like 50 minutes, like 50 real basketball minutes, and you saw what a team can do with the point guard position being stable. And so I wanted to ask y'all: is this an indictment on our front office by not filling the position with guys?
I think they tried to, though. That you saw, like they were all linked to like Fred VanVleet, DJ Augustine, Jeff Teague. Is there somebody else that I'm missing?
Even before that, it's ridiculous when you have all these point guards to change. Like I said, from CP3 to Westbrook, the Wall, to Rubio, to Teague, to you have a whole list of point guards that switched teams, and we brought back Elfrid Payton.
Dennis Schroeder.
The biggest one, the one I thought they had the best chance of getting before he was traded, I thought was Rubio.
Me too.
Like I think Rubio would have been perfect. Any you need a guy who's going to facilitate. I know he's not the greatest scorer, even though I think he shot okay from three. You need guys who the bread and butter of their game is getting guys looks, easier possessions, right? That's what you get with CP3 now. CP3, at first, I thought he was going to be a salary dump, but obviously, you saw what he got traded for. It wasn't the case, right? And again, these other guys that we're talking about, we don't know what happens behind the scenes. The Knicks are not an attractive place. So, I mean, maybe a Jeff Teague would have came. I agree with you, maybe a guy like that would have come. But some of these other guys we're mentioning, it's not necessarily. And again, we don't have for the most part, we don't have assets where we don't have to give up tons of draft picks, right? I'm not sure if giving up a ton of draft picks for Westbrook would have been the right decision. Now, if they wanted some crumbs and then maybe a few draft picks here and there, I wouldn't have minded. But again, the Knicks are not an attractive place, so it's not as easy to say, "Yo, we should have got this guy." A lot of these guys don't want to come here because we're trash.
Right. No,
I could have sworn I said that at the beginning of the show, and I was laughed at.
Yeah,
I've been saying
I agree with you.
I agree with you on CP3.
I think the front office wants the point guard of the future to sprout from this team. Honestly, that's what I do. I think that they wanted to sprout from this team and be part of the young growth for years to come. I don't think they want to go outside of that right now. I think that's why they picked quickly. They had an inside line on them, and they knew what they wanted, and they want the team, and they want them to grow within the system. I don't think that they really wanted to bring an outside guard in, because if they did, they would have.
Right? You saying you want? Are you saying that? I just want you to to drill down deeper, are you saying that they wanted a point guard to grow with this young core, or a
Yeah.
point guard that fits with Thibodeau's system?
I think that both. I think that they wanted both. In a sense, that's what they want, but they wanted to come from within. I think that's what Leon Rose wanted. He wants the point guard to come from within with what they think is they core players for right now.
But that's bad planning because again, and I know I'm not. It's great. It may have not happened, but you could have had Quickly. You could have drafted another point guard and had those guys bat at. Even if Quickly is a guy, right? Talent is talent, right? You could also still have a point guard come in and play with Quickly. Like when is Tom Thibodeau never like? I don't think he's ever started or relied heavily on a rookie guard.
But he always had a veteran roster. In Chicago, he inherited. In Minnesota, he inherited. So it wasn't.
So why would you? Okay, so why would you get away from the formula that can at least get you your foundation intact?
Well, because Thibodeau is the coach. He's not calling the shots. Thibodeau is the coach. He's not calling the shots. Leon Rose is.
Leon Rose is, yeah.
Well, then that's bad. Well, that's a bad. What's the name then?
No,
right?
because I don't think so. You always had a front office and a coach. Tom Thibodeau to me.
It's also aligned, right?
I know, but maybe Thibodeau agrees.
If Spoelstra if they get a person on a Heat team, Spoelstra and Pat Riley, the reason why that team looks so good because they're usually in unison. Like it doesn't make sense for the GM to have a different outlook.
Look,
and then
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Rob. Even if you wanted to rock quickly, like you thought, like okay, I want my point guard to grow. Wouldn't it still make more sense to bring in someone who's competent enough to pair with him? So if he's not in the game, you don't drop off a cliff.
That's what I was saying.
But look, this is what
you're right, Kevin.
Like Fiego said, like Guillermo said. Look, if Chris Paul was going to be a salary dump and all we had to do was take back cash to get him, I was all aboard. I wasn't for giving up 2 first-round picks and a salary dump to get a 36-year-old Chris Paul. If we could have got him at our own expense, sure, get it. But not to give up the farm like we did.
Hey, Steve, what was a trade for? What did Phoenix give up for?
Kelly Oubre and
they gave up a lot.
And a few protecteds, right? A few.
Yeah, they gave up first rounders and everything.
It was protected though.
Because I know Washington. I mean, granted, John Wall is technically an all-star caliber player. I think Washington still give up 1 pick.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2 all-stars.
Yeah.
We don't know what John Wall is going to be.
No, well,
that's going out on a limb.
His
John Wall
skill level was all-star status, and he's not even 30 years old yet. So they took a chance. That's a chance we couldn't afford to take.
So Kevin, Chris Paul, the deal was Chris Paul and Abdel Nader to the Suns for Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, Jalen Lake, and who was on the team tonight that didn't get in for the Pacers. He's on them now, and a 2022 first-round pick.
So we traded him a bunch of spare parts and 1 pick.
Yep.
That's what it sounds like.
Is not a spare part.
And Oubre's not there anymore. They traded him.
And his name, the 2 main people aren't even on OKC.
Yeah,
Rubio and Oubre.
Exactly.
Oubre starting with Golden State.
Exactly. So, like I said, we traded him
Golden
for
State.
Some spare parts.
They traded like a top 20% protected pick or something, 25 or something.
Yeah,
so it's going to be like,
man, we ain't giving up no first-round pick for no 30. Nah, not in this year's draft, and not in next year's draft.
22.
2022.
22.
2 years draft. Yeah, we ain't giving up no first rounds. You can get a second.
We got like 89 picks.
But not in the first round. We got a lot of second rounds.
Don't we have Dallas's 22 pick or 21 pick?
Yeah, but
this year's
21 and 23, right?
Yeah, we have their pick next year.
Oh, okay.
We have but it's a top 10 protected.
And look, we can take that pick along with our pick, and then if we have to move up, whoever depending on who get that first pick, we can trade 2 picks and move up in the first round. So you have maneuverability with that. Hey. We ain't gonna give up all of that for Chris Paul and then got to sit there next year and hope that Chris Paul can bring another 38-year-old person to play. Nah.
Hey, how about we do something like this? How about we do something like this? And y'all don't chop my head off. Just bear with me because I'm in a line of think. I'm in a weak place, right? I'm in a weak place because I thought my boys were gonna win, and we got out coached, outplayed in the second half of the game. So I'm in a bad spot, man. I need somebody to cheer me up, man. I'm legit like in a bad spot, right? Well, what would y'all legit just go to New Orleans and offer up something for Lonzo, something like a DSJ, Frank, and something maybe a Knox
Why
for.
would they do that?
Right? Why would they take that? That's trash.
They didn't even extend him. He's a restricted free agent.
Because
they'll probably get a better offer from someone else. That's not enticing.
But listen, what I'm saying. No, listen what I'm saying. So the thing is
sorry for screaming.
no. So what I'm saying is look at it from our position and not theirs, because they have a guy, or they have a few guys that they probably want to fill in that position, and they may let Lonzo walk. Maybe they need a perimeter defender, and not
he is a perimeter defender.
Right, he's a really good perimeter defender.
No, I know, but what position does he play on offense?
He's point guard.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, okay, all right.
No, because like if they really like were gonna look to trade him, why isn't Kyra Lewis playing?
Right.
Because he's behind Lonzo and Bledsoe.
Yeah, you're not gonna trade your best point guard. They're gonna try to extend him. Like they didn't do that. No, they didn't extend him. They didn't extend Ingram last year at the deadline, and they still re-signed him.
At this point, he's not better than Bledsoe. At this point, he's not.
Who, Kyra?
He can't be shooting 48% from the free throw line. He's not better than Bledsoe at this point.
He played pretty well today.
Well, game one, whoopie
Who
doo.
are we talking about Lonzo or Kira?
Lonzo.
Yeah, like I said,
yeah, but
Kira probably has a better
younger.
chance playing in G League than he does getting on the court this year.
That's a good point. Yeah.
He's not going to the G League.
Even if you wanted to get, you would have to include someone like Mitch.
Yeah.
To give up to get Lonzo. Like Mitch would have to be like someone to entice them.
It's gonna be
I hate to say this, but
not
not saying about to entice nobody right now.
You're gonna have to give up picks. We don't have enticing players, man. Like people keep saying Frank, and those are like throw-ins to like that's after you give up a bunch of picks and maybe an RJ Barrett or something like that. These guys they're not dumb. Like we're so desperate.
But Alonzo is marginal though.
Why is repeating everything I said earlier in the show? But I got so much hell for saying these same things.
I'd rather stick with Quickly than Alonzo is just a marginal guard right now. He's not going to give us anything different.
Kevin, I wait. When did I give you flack on that? I agree with you.
I'm saying everybody was giving me flack for saying the same thing.
Well, you was in the mad.
Because you don't. I literally.
But I still said the same thing though.
You was killing everybody that they brought up. It didn't matter. You was on the warpath.
Hey, Kevin, hold on. When you mentioned CP3, I agree with you, bro. Like I said it. I wouldn't trade CP3, but I kept saying that.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm legit sad that we've been off for 9 months and come back and lose by double digits.
Another thing that I said, Freezy,
is because of the same thing, but the hope that we were pinning it on got hurt.
Yeah, because we legit showed it's just like it's like LOL Knicks, man. No matter it's the same thing over and over again. Like we legit had a player that looked like he had breakout potential, and then something happens to put us back on LOL Knicks. You know what I'm saying? It's no matter what happens with the franchise, man. We always it's Groundhog Day, man. We legit somehow.
They never said he's going to be out an extended length. He just got hurt for a half. He walked off. He iced up. He'll be back Saturday, hopefully.
Wait, but Freezy, you thought we were actually going to win this game, Freezy? Didn't you say we were going to lose?
Yeah, you said yesterday we was going to lose.
No, Art, would you tell him what my prediction was?
Yeah, this morning he predicted we were going to win.
Yeah.
Freezy, as I said earlier in the show.
Hey, hold on.
Aaron Rodgers, you got to relax. It's only one game.
Yeah.
Let me get some of this. I want to eat some. I want to get in too, man. And Because I was listening to y'all, man, and legit a lot. Y'all had a lot of great thoughts, and I was wishing I could get in and kind of balance it a little bit. Like legit, man. I'm sad that we showed a flash. Like we legit showed a flash and got the game close. I believe we were up at halftime, right?
We were.
Yeah.
I was about to say, quick.
Yeah,
We were busting them
That's
up.
also because they couldn't make shots. Indiana could not make 3-point shots, so
Yeah.
it was kind of a mirage.
Yeah, but the thing is there we offensively we were rocking their defense. We scored 66 points at halftime. You know, we had 33 points at the end of the first quarter. So we legit looked like we had a game plan and the coaching staff had things in place, but their roster just wore our roster down.
Yeah, the championship rounds.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I don't know if I can deal with going LOL Knicks all season long, man. At first I was like, you know what? Let's just have competitive losses. You know what I'm saying? And then if we get K'd, great. But I don't know if I can deal with this being competitive in games and losing. It's compelling, like it's a great story. You know what I'm saying? If you look back at the end of the year. But in real time, like in a moment, in close games, I'd be wanting to win, man. You know what I'm saying?
But Freezy, I think you captured it beautifully the other day that we were going to start off slow, and then at the end, halfway through, we'll go, 500 ball for the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I was, and I legit think that, man. But what I didn't take into account is injuries because we've dodged them. You know what I'm saying? We legit. I mean, I'm talking about major stuff. I'm not talking about like, these day-to-day stuff. Like when quickly went out, I was like, oh my God, we're back. It's you know what I'm saying? It's comedy. It's slapstick. Like no matter what happens, no matter how many flashes we show, we legit get back to this whatever.
Chat that says kick me on my back.
Yeah.
You know what the positive thing was about today though? When Quickly was healthy, he was playing more minutes than Payton.
Yeah.
So he got hurt.
And the Alfred Payton thing, man. I'm not a proponent of begging for people to get fired. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, we have to realize this dude is not it. You know what I mean? Because we saw him like when KW and I were going back and forth about Knox making shots. The one of the things I used as a point was he played with Elf last year, right? And look at him, and then he played with Quickly, right? Look, you could see the potential, and then he goes back to Elf, and then what you get. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's frustrating that we get on this hamster wheel of mediocrity for the sake of getting on a hamster wheel of mediocrity. You know what I mean? Like we knew Elf was trash. We know Elf couldn't shoot. And one of the things we did against the fan base's wishes is re-sign the dude that we didn't want back, and we get the same result. It's like the organization was like, yeah, I know the fan base hates Elf, but we're just gonna do Elf 2.0 and see if it's better.
Either that or nobody will talk about it, but maybe the dirty little secret is it's a soft tank because of the draft next year.
Yeah.
I think that's just Scott Perry's boy. We all know how Scott Perry is when it comes to his
former players.
I don't think he got no rank.
Yeah. Well,
I think that if they knew that they was going to get Rivers, that they wouldn't have got him.
So that's bad planning then, right?
I think it happens. It happens sometimes. You don't know at the time when you thinking that this boy's going to go play with his daddy, then all of a sudden his daddy changes his mind.
Well, no, because
that's how we got. Look, what did Morris do? What did Morris do to San Antonio last year?
Not from what Elfrid Payton said. He knew he was coming back at the end of the season.
Kev, listen to what I just said. What did Morris do to San Antonio last year?
No, but the thing about Elfrid Payton said he knew that they were bringing him back.
Man, he could have said that because Doc Rivers wasn't on the table yet.
No, then the management told him, "Hey, We're going to cut you and bring you back. Management told him that at the end of the season.
I didn't believe that when he said it.
Yeah.
Why else would he say it?
I know. Shit. Make it sound good. Yeah, that's all. Who gonna say no? You know?
So
we really didn't want him. That's what we said when Isaiah picked up Eddie Curry and we already had James Jones. He said, you know, he like, I knew that was out there. If you knew that was out there, you wouldn't have signed James Jones.
Right. So Gimmo, what do you think about
Jerome James?
What do you think about Alfred?
Yeah, Jerome James.
This new offense, man. It like did you see any good things in the offense
from Alfred Payton?
Yeah.
No, not even close to it.
Okay, I was asking.
I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like I just Alfred Payton. Just I was the one saying that Thibodeau's probably going to start Alfred Payton to allow quickly ease into the point guard position or guard position, whatever, right? And that's not necessarily you can't, veteran presence. You're playing against a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, probably bring in quickly when they take out Brogdon. You know what I mean? Make it a little bit easier for him. But Alfred Payton was just terrible tonight, man. Passing was terrible, was very sloppy. A lot of just sloppy turnovers. Like it's we talk about players on the team not having heart. This dude plays like as if he's just on pilot mode all the time. Like he just you know what I mean? There's no I don't know how to put it because it's not as if he's just this abject play, like he can't play at all. And I understand he can't shoot, but to maybe just make requisite passes. I mean, dogs. Go and look at the one where he literally had to lay, but he passed it to Randall. And I'm like, when you guys mentioned that Randall threw him off as a friend, I'm thinking of that moment. Randall's probably looking at this dude like, what the hell? Like, dogs.
Right.
What is wrong with this guy, man? Like, it was asinine, man. I don't know. That guy's.
Dude, Randall was a better playmaker than him.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and he looked more confident too as a playmaker. So.
The big thing to me is, and I take away, and someone might have mentioned it earlier. This, I think, has to go on Tibbs. Like, is Tibbs' pride and his desire to roll with the vets? Are you really going to sabotage the entire team? Because that's what he's doing. He is sabotaging the entire team by playing Alfred Payton.
Yep.
And I know that he's likes his vets, but you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, listen, I got to do. If you can't sit here and say, I'm going to play the people who are going to give us the best chance to win.
Not only that, but retard the development of my younger kids.
Yeah, and say, oh, it's about we look at it. I don't know if Alfred Payton looks like Gary Payton in practice, or what. Because if you say, oh, it's about what you do in practice and in the games, like the games, you see, like this dude is not it. This dude is not it.
So I said something before, and I want to kind of double back to it. And y'all know who I am after years of being on this stuff with me. Y'all know I don't just say something. I troll sometimes, but sometimes I take a stance. Y'all know I mean it. Y'all know I'm not a real big fan of the conversation that guys in the G League can come in and make a difference, because I feel like guys in the G League have significant flaws. Even if they have high upside in some areas, they have significant flaws in others. But I feel like the Harper kid impressed me enough in the last game that he should have at least got a look. You know what I'm saying? I'm frustrated.
What you have to lose?
Yeah, it's right. So that's what I'm saying. So you know what Alfred Payton is a C student, right? Alfred Payton is a C student. Like when the big test comes, don't expect an A. You know why? Because Alfred Payton is a C student, right? But with Harper, but with Harper, we don't know. It's like that running back Leroy Hard. They used to be like, "Yo, if you need 1 yard, Leroy Hard to get you 3. Yo, if you need a big game, Leroy Hard to get you 3." You know what I'm saying? Alfred Payton is what he is. So if you're, why not give Harper a shot? He at least looked hungry and aggressive when we saw him. And I know people will say, well, he ain't ready. He a G League guy. He's too little. All this stuff. I'm like, yo, when I saw quickly and I keep forgetting his first name. The small point guard, Harper or whatever his name is.
Jared.
Yeah, when I saw him, he at least looked to move the ball and get others involved, and look to try to do something. You know what I'm saying? Alfred Payton and those guys, man, they don't look to do. They're just.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why he doesn't play him, because the thing with that, right? When you're trying to establish yourself as a coach, right? When the team sees you kind of panicking, you know what I mean, you lose their trust, right?
Real good.
And understand that people are hurt. So you might see somebody enter the lineup if quickly has that God forbid, but if it goes past whatever a few days, whatever, you might just see somebody come in like that. But when you see a coach, it's like, oh man, I had this plan with Peyton and blah blah, and damn, I just need some talent. And Fizzo kind of did that, right? Where he's kind of panicking, just trying to pick something that works. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, even D'Antoni didn't go to Jeremy. He went to Jeremy Lin after Melo got hurt, and it was just like, damn, I really have nothing else to go off. And then bam, Linsani, all that stuff, right? So again, when you just pull in some kid who wasn't really even supposed to make the team, and kind of depend on him, it can dilute your message, right? Or not dilute it, but kind of poison your message amongst the guys. And right now, you're talking about Thibodeau, who's had these issues in the past. Final years with Chicago, bringing in Jimmy Butler with the Wolves, as talented as they were. Once you lose that locker room, even with these young guys who people, we could say whether they're talented or not, once you lose a locker room, it could become a total ish show. I'm not going to curse, but so we got to be very careful with how you're maneuvering guys. I mean, if guys get injured, obviously you bring guys in, but middle of the game, and I'm not going to say you say that, but just bringing any guys in middle of the game, or what I mean. So that's how I.
Right, no doubt. I understand what you're coming from. The main thing is you don't want to let your foes look like send your foes a bad message by panicking or appearing to have panicked.
Right.
But the thing is with the guys that we have though, man. I mean, I just can't. When you watch the game, you're like, man, I've seen this for like 5 years. Why are we still watching this same bad movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, hey, so I want to jump on another topic just real quick. So Foxy, I know you gonna want to go. I'm gonna hang out for a little while, man. Probably till about 3:20 or so. But I just wanted to tell you, man, I don't want to see any Lawrence tear stuff from you till Sunday. Enjoy the weekend, man. Enjoy the holidays and stuff, man. And
I will. Just
man.
A quick shout out to the chat again. Ghetto Intellect, you're great, man. I love you on the morning drive. All of you. But I just wanted to wish all of the people in the chat, and obviously my brothers here in the video panel, you and your families, great, merry, wonderful holiday, great Christmas. And again, let's put 2020 in our rear view mirror, and just a healthy and prosperous 2021, and go Knicks. But I just wanted to thank you all. This has been a early Christmas present for me to have this outlet and to talk with you guys about Knicks. And it's brought a lot of passion to my life, and all the kind words from people in the chat. I can't tell you how much it means to me. It's really changed my life. So thank you, fellas. Again, I'll talk to you soon, and God bless everyone.
All right, man.
Take care, Steven. Yo, be safe, man.
Yo, happy New Year, happy holidays.
Yeah,
thank you.
So
happy all that stuff, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna hang out here for a little
Happy
bit,
Kwanzaa, bro.
and I'm gonna hang out here for a little while and cry on the internet. I cannot believe how bad we look, man. In that second half, I legit watched us fall apart and couldn't believe it, man. It's all the narratives we had in the offseason, and all of them were sharp. All of them were well thought out. But then when you watch it play out in real time, you're like, man, I cannot believe this. Because we were
overly optimistic though, Freezy. Don't you think? Like, I'm not saying to be a pessimist or anything, but some of the things you heard, it's like, can someone just tell me the last time in the league where a crap team got markedly better because they brought in a new coach? It just doesn't happen like that, man. It is a talent league. You know what I mean? Yes, coaching can improve that, but for the most part, it's a talent league, bro. Like, we just don't have it yet. You know what I mean? Whether I get on Knox, even if, say, for instance, Knox is going to be that guy, it has shown where it's like, okay, Knox is giving you 17-15, or Mitch is giving you 15 and 10, or whatever, right? DSJ is giving you, blah, 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 right? So for the most part, ours is going to be ugly. Like, my biggest issues with a lot of guys tonight, perimeter defense. Bro, we cannot guard certain sets to save our lives.
Right.
We can talk about how talented Mitch is. It don't matter how talented you are if your fundamentals are trash. You know what I mean? Gobert, I know Gobert got that stupid contract. Gobert, he's one of the best defenders, not because of the blocks. It's because his defensive fundamentals are intact. And Mitch doesn't have that. Knowles doesn't have that. Can defend the perimeter, can defend down low. Those things can eat at you. Look at how the game, bro, we were down by 5 at one point before Oladipo made a 3.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Got by 8. We're still, and it's like, oh, okay, you hit the 3. After that, we couldn't really contend with those guys. Once they start to hit their shots, remember, they went 23% for the first half from 3.
Yep.
And they went, 42.9% for the whole game. That means they got hot, and we couldn't defend that. So you run defenses, bro, and if your team defense is not good, man, you can kiss it goodbye. Because, again, the only thing that's going to help you when your offense isn't that good, when you don't got that talent, is what? Your defense, right? Playing the passing lanes, getting the fast break points that we want to see from Knox and these kids. I mean, so I don't know. I just feel like we're a little bit too overly optimistic. And Thibodeau doesn't even have the veterans that he kind of likes. You know what I mean? For the most part, he has a few, but it ain't like Chicago. So
he loves himself some Alec Burks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's I said, bro, that is a Thibodeau type of guard. When he drew that foul, I was like, wow, Thibodeau loves these Kirk Heinrich-y, Jimmy Butler-y type of, can kind of do it all guards. I'd actually rather see RJ Barrett Burks. I'd rather see RJ Barrett Burks just to get your boy Payton out. I'd rather see 2 shooting guards in that requisite passes than Burks. I mean, than Payton.
And
that boy.
You know what? You know what else too, man? Reggie Bullock is not just streaky, right? But he's streaky in the worst way. He's like the his play is like that machine that measures earthquakes, where it's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, like he'll legit be hot for a quarter, and then go cold for 2 quarters, and then get hot again. And usually guys that are streaky, they'll be like, they can ride streaks for maybe like a game or 2, like 3 or 4, and then they'll fall off. You can't depend on them, or they'll throw up a heat check in the game, and if they make it, they'll be hot for the game. Reggie Bullock is, man, it's weird. It's weird, man. I mean, I just can't.
I don't think Reggie Bullock scored after like 7 minutes in the second quarter. Like after that, he didn't score at all.
Yeah, like he had a good first quarter, I think, and then he stopped.
Yeah, he literally had a good first quarter, and then he had like a 3 in the second, and literally after that, he did not score again.
Oh my gosh, man!
When he took that ugly 3 from the top of the key, I was like, "What the hell? Why?"
Yeah, when we stole the ball, I was like, "What are you doing, man?"
What the hell, bro? And it's like do better on the Pistons. When he was with the Pistons, it was actually solid. Then he got to Lakers, just kind of, but. Yeah. The Pistons, I mean, he had a game against us where he hit like 5 threes or something like that. I'm like, all right.
And the weird thing about guys that are streaky like that is they don't know that they're streaky because they feel like they're hot. You know what I'm saying? Like for a dude to take a shot like that, he had to feel like he was gonna make that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh my man.
Do you think he's getting direction from Thibodeau to take some of these stupid, terrible shots? Like what?
Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted. So some dude said, why was Reggie Bullock playing the 4 at the end of the game? Yo, why was RJ Barrett playing the 4 at the end of the game? Oh my God,
who was playing the 4?
Yes, it was. They had it was Elfrid Payton. Oh, I forget the lineup. It was like we were down.
No, Obi. It was Obi and Randall the front court. I know that.
No.
Was in at the end of the game.
No. There was a lineup.
It was like Theo Pinson.
Yeah.
No, when we go back and watch the replay, trust me, you'll see a lineup. It was like Elfrid Payton, Bullock, Burks, RJ, and Randall. Something weird like that.
I'm mad ESPN is playing us. I just saw the highlights. I didn't know that Sabonis had a career high against us. Huh? Who would have guessed?
Really?
ESPN.
His previous career high was probably against us. The game Oladipo hurt his arm.
He averaged. I looked up his team stat, his career stats against the Knicks. He averages like 15 points against the Knicks. So it's like I think the most recent games have been some beastly games. I definitely seen him have a beastly game against the Knicks.
Yeah.
Maybe the last time he played them, he was out for I think like 2 of them or something.
Okay.
He was out for like the last one playing in February. But man, screw the ESPN. Man, screw those guys, man. They can't unless Stephen A. Smith is there. They really can't sell anything. No one really cares about their product because they have to sit there and pick on the Knicks. But a bunch of teams that lost, probably even worse than the Knicks. But it's the Knicks. Oh my gosh!
I'll tell you who did. Here's the thing. Hey, Freezy, you can be a Bulls fan because the Bulls suck from tip off to the end.
Yep.
It's the Knicks. Oh, they played the Pacers. What, a team that's been making the playoffs almost every other year? Like, come on.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm hurt. I'm legit. Like,
Freezy is one game. Like I said earlier, as Aaron Rodgers once said, relax.
Nah,
But
man.
also, Aaron Rodgers. We don't got.
I'm using the analogy that Aaron Rodgers said.
I know. But Aaron Rodgers can say that because he knows he's a freaking absolute beast. But
yeah. And the thing with the man, I'm just frustrated because me and Mocha was sitting together. It was like we were in the moment, man. The Christmas tree was lit up, man. The living room is smelling like hot cinnamon and stuff, and the pregame is on. And I'm like, and Mocha's like, yo, you want some tea? I'm like, yeah, man, this is perfect. And then RJ come out and go like 8 for 8. And I'm like, yo, this is our moment right here. This is the moment right here. And then my daughter busting the door from out of town. And I'm like, yo, this is the moment right here.
You did all this for a Nick loss? Damn, man.
Nah, man. I'm saying what I'm saying is sometimes there is a moment, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel like this might be the moment right here. And then quickly get hurt. Right. And then I see Alfred Payton on the floor pointing, and I'm like, oh my God. Damn, oh my God, this is about to go sour fast.
You know, Freezy, here's the funny thing. So I know how you feel like when the Jets played Oakland and we had that 4-3 stop, and I was like, this is it. This is that moment. So I know how you feel. Like it was just right there, and I was happy. I was hugging people in Buffalo Wild Wings, like, yes, we did it. And literally like 3 plays later,
and I was a straight opposite, man. That 4th and 3, I got so depressed. And then when he called that 0, that was. I know. Art is disgusted. But I don't give a damn what Art says. I wanted my team all, man. Screw you. I don't care, Art. Leave me alone.
It's too late now. It's too late.
I'm listen. I don't care. I couldn't. I don't know if I could. A lot of people could stand being 0-16. Like that's just something different. Regardless, 0-16 is just something like I don't even want to think about. Like we just had to get that monkey off. But yeah, Freeze, like I said, we got 71 more games. We could look a whole lot different Saturday. It's just it's one of those things. Like there's good. Here's the thing. There's good things to take away from this game. Mm-hmm. There are. Like I said, it's a tale of two halves. I don't believe. Like I said, we're not the worst team in basketball. I can honestly say that. Like, there was too much good stuff that happened. There needs to be more consistency. I think there's times, even RJ and Randall, there were times when we started to get down, they started to press and take bad shots and forcing things and wasn't playing with the flow of the offense.
Right.
I think that's something that Tibbs needs to be like, listen, you can be down, but just don't force it. You still have to trust your teammates. You still got to move the ball around. There's a lot of ISO, like in that third quarter,
right?
When Indiana started to build up a little bit of a lead,
right?
There was some ISO plays. Like if you just kind of get away from that and still play team ball even when you're down,
right?
Because that's something that we didn't really like. The third game against Indiana, the third game against Cleveland in the preseason when we got down, and you just had the kids in there, and like the kids are just playing, and the ball wasn't sticking, it wasn't moving, they were just playing. I mean, granted, that's the kids, but you saw how like I've seen too many positives to be down. Yeah, we lost. It's going to happen. We weren't going to go 72-0 or anything like that.
Yeah.
You would have liked to have got the win. I think Indiana is a team we could beat. It's not impossible. I'm not saying they're juggernauts. We can beat Indiana, yeah. If we play consistently and we share the ball, yeah, we can beat Indiana.
Yeah.
And so we'll just like Tim said, just got to go back to the drawing board and write the problems that you face. And now that you have it on film, you can go and look. And I don't want to wish ill will, but if Elfrid Payton pulled a hamstring, I wouldn't be upset.
Oh my Lord!
If he slipped on a banana peel, I wouldn't be like, oh no.
I'm
Or
literally
Elfrid Payton.
like, hey man, and I'm with you. I'm with you because at the end of the day, these folks are people. But I can see a scenario where Uncle Freezy turned legit Super Smash Brothers and start throwing banana peels around the I can legit see a scenario where I can get in my Mario Kart mode and start throwing banana peels around the Knicks locker room. And so the reason being is this, man. I'm frustrated with Mitchell Robinson, like waiting on Mitch to turn into something. I'm frustrated with the and maybe DSJ can turn into something. I'm frustrated with the Kevin Knox. I'm frustrated with the Frank Ntilikina. Maybe they'll turn into something. Because at the end of the day, what makes a player a bust is not the fact that they're just a flat out bad player. We label cats busts when we see potential for high upside, and they never realize it. And so we're like, this cat's a bust. Because legit, if a cat's a bad player, he's not gonna play. But with a guy that's a bust, like say Anthony Bennett, you would see a dude with like a 43-inch vertical, a dude that's the same size as LeBron James, and you're like, dude, this dude can move like that, and he's the same size as LeBron James. But you know what though? What we didn't realize is LeBron is a workout warrior and takes care of his body like it's a machine. And Anthony Bennett chases cheeseburgers with cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so, and I know that point was going nowhere. I'm just frustrated that nobody would step up. Like legit, RJ gave you, did RJ not give you all he had? What about Julius Randle? Did Julius Randle not do the same thing that y'all were talking about, have him do all summer? Y'all were talking about the spin mode, and Randle legit.
But he wasn't as bad today. I can't did I want more out? But I thought in the first half, I thought he was excellent.
Right.
When Julius Randle stops playing in the sandbox with Elfrid Payton, he looks fine.
Yep.
But he can't help it because Elfrid Payton is always on the floor.
Then eventually Tibbs is going to have to do something. Tibbs is going to be listen, for the better of the team, I got to sit you down.
So listen, man. Randle has reinvented his game, and we've seen it, right? We've seen it. He had a couple bonehead plays in the preseason, but you can't knock him tonight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the first half, he looked like a dude that was invested in having the team win, right? The second half, everybody had those plays where they were desperate to try to make a play in order to turn the tide. They wanted to stem the tide and turn things around and get back in the game. Everybody had plays and stuff. But my frustration is why aren't we getting enough contributions from these players that the Knicks tout should be on the roster? Knox is one. Knox is one, and I'm not gonna. And I got on, man, earlier. I was frustrated with Knox, man, because I felt like Knox should have put that ball on the floor some more and did some other things. but that's not his skill set right now. His skill set is probably just a spot up shooter.
I think Knox again, and I don't know if you was listening earlier. The whole, I guess you want to call it tirade that I had. If you didn't go back and check in the morning, it got a little fiery.
Yeah, Nick G called me and was like, "Kevin's going off." Nick G legit called me. I was talking to some people, and Nick G called me. He was like, "Yo, you busy right now?" Hey, because Kevin's about to jump. Kevin's about to jump inside the volcano.
If you haven't checked it out, you need to go back and watch it, and you'll be like, "Wow, I've never seen this Kevin before." But no, here's my thing, and this is something I didn't bring up earlier. I want to see Kevin Knox take a minimum of 10 shots a game. At a minimum, I need him to be more assertive. I need him, and I think tonight we can agree, like, aggression wasn't Kevin Knox's issue. He put the ball. He took one shot, 1-3. He put the ball on the floor and he literally got to the hole every single time. He missed. I still think he got fouled in that dunk, but Kevin Knox got to the hole every time. Like, Kevin Knox he strides so long. Like, Kevin Knox can get to the hole. He needs to finish better.
I'm like, a question real quick, Kevin, guys, real quick. So here's the thing with Kevin Knox, right? And this is why sometimes, and I'm not saying it's fair to do it all the time, right? Do you think that there's an issue that it's not just a point guard, right, but a guy that you think is talented like Kevin Knox? Don't you feel like there's an issue? Because there are games I remember last year, he had 24 minutes, but only a few attempts, right? Do you think that there's an issue that he's not convincing guys around him that he can play on a higher level to where he's getting those looks? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it myself. I'm just asking you.
Here's my thing with that. Again, like I said, I don't know how they look in practice. From what I understood, Kevin Knox has played well in practice, so I don't know why that wouldn't translate to his teammates. Find him in games.
So maybe when they talk about those practices, maybe they just put. Not saying it's true. I'm just saying, like, because they never come out and say, "Yo, we got a terrible practice." Unless you pull a Marbury, right? You're just whatever. You know what I'm saying? But could be that just the coach is saying that, right? But the players are looking at it like, nah. Like, when we play these game situations, he don't look like that, like how he does. Maybe he doesn't look like that, like, when he's in a game, he don't look like how he looks in practice. I mean, just maybe the players are just like, eh. I'm just asking. I ain't saying it's true, but
I mean, I can't answer that because, like I said, I don't know how they look in practice. I don't know how any of them look in practice. Like I said, he needs more attempts. A lot of it is dictated to who, and like I said, maybe he is the kind of player that. Here's the thing. I think if Kevin Knox has the ball in his hands, he can do stuff with it. We've seen him, like tonight. We've seen him put the ball on the floor and get to the lane. We saw that. Like, we know he's capable of doing that. We know that he's capable of hitting shots. And like I said, Kevin Knox is the kind of player, he needs to see the ball go in. And once he sees the ball go in, it's uphill for him. I would rather have Kevin Knox taking threes than Obi Toppin. I'll say that. I don't know if anybody else would agree with me. I think everybody would agree.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't know why Obi Toppin is out there shooting threes like that, but I don't know. I just think he needs more attempts. He needs to have the ball more because he's actually a good facilitator. Actually, I think that's a hidden trait that he has. So,
yo, Nick, did you just get that inversion table?
No, I had it for like years.
Yeah, I have one too. It's so good.
Yeah, it's good.
Inversion table? What?
Inversion table, like, makes you hang upside down. Stretches out your back. Awesome.
So, Obi hit 3 threes tonight, and y'all think that Kevin Knox is better from 3? Plus,
oh, sweet Jesus. You know what? I am signing off because I'm not getting into this. I'm just not. Because I'm going to end up being hoarse if I get into this, because he's about to come on here and about to say some just complete, utter nonsense. And I've already had my matches for tonight. It's 3:20 in the morning. It's 3:20 in the morning. I'm not about to sit out here and have this debate if you think Obi Toppin is the next coming of Dirk Nowitzki or not. I'm not doing it. So,
hey, I'm gonna say, hey, Kev, I'll say this, man, about what I saw from Knox. I'm frustrated in the fact that he didn't step up and what I consider a big game. And I often reference high leverage games. This game right here was not one, but it was a big game. You know, first game of the season or whatever. New coach, a rivalry game. But nothing really was on the line in game 1 of the season, aside from the hype, aside from it being Thibodeau's first game as coach of the Knicks, it being a rival, us having want to show off our new rookies. I'm disappointed in the fact that Knox didn't do other stuff though. Like if your shot's not going, can you grab me like 7 to 8 boards? Can you dish out like 3, 4, 5 assists, maybe 3 steals, maybe do something that jumps out on the stat sheet. That's my frustration with Knox, man. So when I was calling him trash earlier, it was out of frustration that we hope this kid is good and he doesn't do anything to make us believe it. Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to be good. What I'm saying, like, if you hear me clearly, you can hear me say, we want the kid to be good, but he just didn't do anything. And so, we're in a situation where we're thinking, like, is this same old Knox? Is this, Knox from 2018, 2019? That was my frustration. My other frustration is when you see Julius Randle change his game to be provide a better presence for the team. The fact that nobody else stepped up. So we asked for Julius Randle to be better, but nobody else on the team stepped up to be better.
Thank you, Freeze.
I agree. I agree that I wish he would have. The narrative would have been different, even if we would have lost. But I can't stress the point enough that Kevin Knox cannot give himself the ball. He had the ball 9 times in his hand. 9 times. He set up Obi Toppin. A lot of those threes came from passes from Kevin Knox. So he had 2 steals, a weak side block. He played okay defense. McDermott got behind him like 2-3 times. It happens. I mean, nobody was playing stellar defense, but I guess they expect Kevin Knox to be like Scottie Pippen or something. He, like everyone else, can step up. I mean, Reggie Bullock literally didn't score after 7 minutes in the second quarter. Alec Burks literally had 3 points in the second half. So there's a lot of blame to go around. And I know that he's young and he's a Knick. He was drafted by us, so he's one of ours. So we hold him in higher esteem than Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock. But they still had more opportunities to do something than Kevin Knox. And I'll say this to Kevin's defense. Thibodeau did put him back out there in the fourth quarter. Like, I want to say like with 5 minutes left. Like, he took him out earlier in the fourth, but then put him back in. I guess we went to try to go on like a mini run, if you want to call it that. It was like a mini run, and we put Kevin Knox back in there. So I don't know. I mean, it's one game. I'm not about to base the entire season off of one game. That's for anybody on this team. I can't do that off of one game. there'll be ups and there'll be downs for all these players. But I'm not gonna say like, oh, woe is me, the sky's falling because we lost to Indiana in game 1 of the season. That's ridiculous. So, but I will probably holler at y'all tomorrow. If not, Merry Christmas.
Have a good night.
See you, man.
Later. Merry Christmas.
Peace out.
Merry Christmas.
Have a
Merry
good
Christmas.
one.
If anything, I'll see y'all on Saturday. Hopefully, we get that W then. We got the city uniforms. First time wearing the city edition uniform. Yeah, Saturday.
Nice.
So, home opener. Everybody in the chat.
Have a good one, man.
See you, bro.
I haven't missed a home opener in like 10 years.
Man.
Thank you, COVID. What?
You mean like actually going to the?
Yeah, going to the game. Ever since 2010.
So you guys are as high on Knox as your boy Kevin?
I am not.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, man.
Kevin Knox is what Kevin Knox is. So on your show, Guillermo, I said Kevin Knox. I said Mitchell Robinson is making mistakes that he made in his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Let me flip back for you. Kevin Knox didn't get off or become a top 10 overall pick up until Shea Gilgeous-Alexander going off and becoming a what should have been a top 10 pick himself.
Yep.
So what has changed about Kevin Knox? Anyone? Well, I wish Kevin was here, but we'll see what the salient points will be on Saturday. Like, you can't make something that is what it isn't is. Like, we're trying to make him more than what he is. He didn't lose this game for us.
No, not at all.
He played as well as he could be. Kevin is absolutely right. He had the ball 9 times. He was played a couple minutes. Yes, Tibbs did have trust in him to put him back in the fourth quarter. But this idea that Kevin Knox was supposed to save the day, or the problem is he didn't create, and creation is always been the questionable thing about him. He got to create. If you can't create, then you hadn't added anything. In Kentucky, when he actually got off, remember, he started to move off ball and was used like Tim Hardaway Jr. So he was moved around the court.
Yeah.
And you had movement. So he shifted defenses. Again, point guard, pass him the ball. You move without the ball. We all have been asking, can you do something with the ball in your hands? Yes, the dunk attempt was nice, but it still didn't go through. What do you want for that? Cookies?
That was like last year when Frank almost dunked on KP.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like, "Yo, you see that? He's aggressive now."
I will say, did you hear? You know that Kevin now he took back. So when because me and Nick were going back and forth talking about the Klay Thompson comparison and how Kevin said R.J. Barrett can create more than Kevin Knox. I mean, Kevin Knox can create more than R.J. Barrett. And now he flipped it today, Nick, to where now R.J. Barrett is like, dogs, this thing with Kevin, you can't be with a guy like Kevin Knox. The guy's going to be so dependent on a point guard that you're never truly going to get the true value out of him until he probably goes to a contender or a fringe contender or something like that. Because I'm not sure he's going to hold on to him if he's not showing enough. Even without quickly he doesn't get back, whatever. It's just I just don't see what Kevin Knox. It's not a bias. I don't care, to have a bias or like any of these players personally. I don't really give a damn. But Kevin Knox, I don't see the Knicks holding on to Kevin. I mean, I know they signed an extension, but
Well, it was just his team option, so it's not a big deal. Oh,
right. So
Frank got his team option picked up last year.
Right.
To be honest with you, like, who cares? He didn't affect this game positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that I'm still harping on, and this is everyone got on me after the 4th game of preseason, that Mitchell Robinson, when I said he has to be focused, I'm not seeing discipline from him.
Nope.
Everyone said, look at the 4th game. You can't comment on this game unless you see the 4th game of preseason. And I see the same thing that I've seen when it comes to his rookie year. Okay, we could sit here and blame Fizdale. Yes, Fizdale has to be blamed for some of the lack of development. But you cannot sit here and tell me that this kid who was supposed to take what he learned in the regular season before he got selected to that Team USA team and had an opportunity for a team that needed a big man to just do the same thing that DeAndre Jordan had taught him. And he didn't. And he didn't make that team. And no one is saying it like it's alarming, because this kid has the most potential, to me, to make it to the All-Star game, more than RJ. RJ has a lot of competition at his position. There are a lot of shooting guards and a lot of small forwards that are All-Stars, that keeps RJ from being an All-Star. What my problem is that why is it that Mitchell Robinson, who is a defensive nightmare for a lot of teams, can't navigate when to ice, like how to truly play ice defense. Drop back. Like, those are simple reads that he's just missing. And he jumps way too much. He's athletic, and this is a simple thing about athletic players. They want to block the ball and spike it into the crowd. He could catch a lot of blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And that become our fast break. He could be our fast break every single time. And I'm not sitting here saying that like I'm judging everyone at a high level. It's just that you gotta improve. Those are the things that you need to do that could take us from here to up here. And I'm just asking for incremental progress. And you know what? I know I'm talking long, but I wanted to chime in on something. Rob, just saying ahead of time, Rob was right about something. We could win 27 games. Last time I said 21. And the reason why I say 27 is because I saw the ups and downs of this team. But 27 wins would be the same win percentage as we did last season. So from a math perspective, a win percentage standpoint, Rob was right, I was wrong. I'll say that. Kevin is absolutely freaking wrong. I have not heard a good Kevin yet. Like, I guess the only point from Kevin has been that it's not Knox's fault tonight. That's true. But at the same time, like, Kevin Knox is not a creator.
You gotta give me something though. Like,
dude, how many times have I said we need a team that I need 3 guys on the court that could dribble, pass, shoot? I always say that. That's what you need to survive in today's NBA. 3 guys, dribble, pass, shoot. Everyone else, I just want you to defend and shoot. So Mitch is not shooting. RJ actually is improving his shot. You know when quickly is in the game, they're respecting his shot, so it opens up his pass, and he could dribble. So, like, if I have quickly in the game, it gives me a chance. But Elfrid Payton is a negative. I told you about the 3rd game of preseason. Elfrid Payton alone dragged us down to the 30th percentile when, if you just take his shots out, we shot 50% from the field. Like, bro, it's so crazy. Our point guard situation is what had me thinking that we are a 21-win team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see more wins, and I still say 21-27. that's our limit because we need to show up not just the point guard position, but the backup too. Anyway, but I'll let you all go. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm wrapping gifts right now. And
You think Rivers is going to be the backup point guard or the starting point guard with Quickly?
well, so Quickly's injury spoiled things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Quickly had came in and we were running and playing decent, because one thing that you really realize when he's in the game is that Quickly is causing the defense to pay attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
They could go into zone every single time with Elfrid Payton.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into zone with Elfrid Payton, that negates RJ's drive. It negates the triangle offense with Randall. And then not to mention, they even came away from it and they said, let's just double Randall because he's the only offense that everyone else is feeding off of because he had 7 assists in the first half and nothing else after that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're talking about like just negating Randall, which he is doing what he's supposed to do, he improved. We asked for less stupid turnovers. That kind of usage, he's gonna have turnovers. But what saves a big man from getting turnovers or getting double teamed? A point guard to actually reset the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And Elfrid Payton is just trash, and we can't there's no wins there. Just Elfrid Payton alone means that Jalen Suggs is going to be on this team. Shout out to you.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I love Suggs. I love the idea of Suggs next to Quickly because they could do it.
Yep.
Yes, I'm telling you, I don't see. I just don't see where Elfrid Payton helps this team. Okay, think about it.
I don't think there's one person that wants Elfrid Payton to be the point guard.
No, okay, Udi, I know you're the most critical person. We've seen DSJ in the offseason improve his jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
It really does look better. What is Elfrid Payton's excuse?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's had several years. He's had several years to improve.
Several?
He's had like 4 years on. No, like probably like 2 or 3 years on.
Yeah, he's a 7-year vet. 7-year vet.
Oh man, this is just weird.
It's kind of like depressing though. Like those are the only choices at point guard. You know. Like how did it get so bad?
How? When has it been good?
Years of terrible planning, man. Years of terrible front office decisions that have left a regime that we presume to be at least decent with the garbage, right? They have to clean this all up. But yeah, man. But yo, guys, I gotta be out. I'm screwed for work tomorrow, even though it probably might be dead, but I'll be hopefully here tomorrow, man. I'll see you guys, man. Peace.
All right, later. Yeah, we call it a night too.
All right.
Later, guys. Happy holidays if I don't see you.
Freezy's in the building.
Yeah, I was going go ahead and wrap it up here, man, because I got some stuff that I got to do too, man. So, but I'll be on in the morning.
Definitely, I'm wrapping gifts, so shout out to you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you about 7:30 so you can jump on with me.
All right, man.
7 a.m.
All right.
All right, boss.
All right, boss.
All right,
Peace.
guys. Peace.